Hello, my name is Gavin Jones, the creator of Realms Asunder. In the coming campaign, we will be playtesting some of the abilities that we'll be using. So some things may feel underpowered or overpowered. We are aware of that and we're working on it. We're also going to probably be covering some darker themes for a more mature audience, so be warned of that ahead of time. I hope you enjoy Realms Asunder, The Threads of Destiny.
My stories are catalogued within these pages of my journal. Eons ago, I was tasked with recording the events that occurred as I travelled across the many worlds and realms. Throughout the ages, I've seen heroes rise, warlords conquer, and kingdoms fade into mere legend. I've witnessed gods play games with mortals, using them as pawns for their own pleasure, enjoyment, for what they deem as a higher purpose. Threats larger than comprehension loom within the realms. One tale emerges from the annals of time, a story of unlikely heroes connected by the threads of destiny. I hope you will find as much enjoyment in their tale as I. Yours, Zerzio Reni.
All right, back with episode 9. Let's see. Last time, you guys spent a lot of time planning for this party. Basically,
yeah.
entire episode. Few things came out about some characters. Roy. And Ellie, you gave a little bit of character detail too. And
I said nothing.
we got right up to the point of going to the party. So that's where we left off.
Woo!
And that's where we're going to start.
Let's do some cake stands. Let's go.
So, Roy and Ellie, you guys are heading up. The Zinc has parked the carriage, is kind of just standing by it in the front garden area near where the gate is, and you guys are heading up the path to the house. This. You guys, there's a few other people kind of coming in about this time. You guys are getting here pretty early into the party. But as you enter the front doors, you begin to hear some music start to play. And you see it opens up into this entry hall, staircase going up to a second floor, and then off into what looks like wings. And there's a few people sitting around, servants kind of walking around serving some food. You see a band of playing in one of the rooms off to the side. And you see a few people kind of loitering about and chatting it up. What would you guys like to do?
I'm going to stand behind them, look guard-like,
All right.
This
intimidating.
music is popping, yo.
Thank you. I spent some time finding it.
So royal.
It's a snow wop, though. But it'll do.
Snow frozen.
Snow frozen.
I'm sorry I don't have access to that type of music.
No, it's perfect.
We don't have billions of dollars.
We don't need that shit.
Not yet.
So,
How's Twiddlewinkle looking?
a little nervous. He's kind of like twirling his mustache quite aggressively.
As you do.
Kind of nudge Ellie to kind of like go up to him, like make sure you can handle it.
Excuse you. I'm a lady. Do not nudge a lady. What do you want?
Punch her in the kidney.
As you guys are kind of like arguing back and forth a little bit, a tall man approaches with kind of slicked back black hair, very formal attire on, mostly in tones of black, with a little bit of maroon tied into his outfit. Twiddlewink, so happy you could join us this evening. And Twiddlewink kind of looks up and he just kind of like drops his hand from his mustache. It's good to see you, Lord Brakker, and he puts out his hand to shake. Wouldn't have missed this event for the world. Lord Brakker kind of looks over you. And who might you two be? Associates, I'm assuming, of my friend here.
Well, I'd say we're a little more than that, hey schnookums.
We
are.
He looks like you like grab onto his arm, and he looks just like you can tell he's looking pretty pale, and he's really nervous about this plan that you guys have kind of concocted together.
We are
Foolproof plan.
affianced. And I kiss him on the cheek.
All right.
Ooh.
He does go a little red. I wasn't aware, Twiddlewink, that you had found such a lovely fiance. I hadn't heard you'd even been courting at all. Interesting. And you standing behind in brooding fashion?
So brooding.
Roy brooding.
Someone respects me. I'm just here to keep an eye out on the couple here. Just extra higher.
Fair enough. I mean, my estate is perfectly safe. I can't speak for, everyone's estates. Isn't that right, Twiddlewink? He just kind of looks away.
I think he has a very nice place.
Well, dancing in the ballroom, plenty of food all around, drinks if you would like them. He kind of motions over to a servant who comes over, and he pulls off a glass of wine. Care for one?
Ooh. Yeah, I take one.
Okay.
Do you got cake?
Yes, there is cake in many different locations. I would check the dining room if I were you, but I'm sure there'll be some in the ballroom as well. There's plenty of food and snacks and all kinds of things over there.
Excellent. I down my wine.
It's
What class?
how fast do you down it like you're downing an ale?
Oh, yeah.
4:00 in the afternoon.
I mean, it's like 7-ish at night.
I'm fine.
Well, you don't really taste it, so because you basically just chug it.
What? No, I got the aftertaste lingering.
It's got a little bit of it's definitely a drier wine, but it's got a little hint of raspberry in it.
Ooh.
But it's definitely more expensive than a lot of stuff that you've drank.
No, I do declare.
It goes
This is
down
some good
pretty
stuff.
smooth. Well, if you need more to drink, there's plenty elsewhere, but I have other guests to attend, so we'll get more chances to talk this evening.
Adios. And I curtsy.
Make a musicality check as like a performance, just like to see how well your curtsy does, since you've probably never really done it before.
13.
All right, not bad. He kind of like gives you like a slight bow and heads off into talk with a few other people.
Twiddlewink, you did tell everyone that she's from the country, correct?
It'll be mentioned in conversation tonight.
Yes.
I
She
take
did.
offense. I'm from up north.
Should we go
Grown-ups are talking.
check out the ballroom? I'm sure there's places to sit in there, or there's places elsewhere. There's As you guys were walking in, the front grounds are well taken care of.
Sorry. Someone just
She
barged
just
in.
meowed
I
into the mic.
I heard her and then just saw the tail come into the screen.
Oh, hello, Ray. God.
Leave it to a cat. Just derail it.
Coming up the steps to the actual house, the front gardens it was quite a decent path, and the front and side gardens do look to be very well maintained, and there looks like there's people walking through the garden area and stuff like that. So there's that area, and then there's obviously other areas of the house if you guys would like to explore at all.
I think it'd be best probably if you two went off, and I'll kind of just survey the area and try to keep up appearances on being
What are you
higher.
keeping up appearances? Like, me and
So,
you
I'm a-
stay by us?
I don't think guards really participate in the conversations between the nobles.
Yeah,
I'm sure I don't just stand right next to
Yeah.
them.
it's probably better if you kind of
We're in the background.
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I guess you know more about this stuff than I do, Mr. Fancy Pants. I'll sneak you a piece of cake.
great. Thank God. Thank the smiling cunt. So,
Whoa.
So, you guys, Twiddlewink will take you. I'm assuming you still have hold of him, Ellie.
Oh yeah,
He'll
in my
start-
boot tonight.
He'll start taking you guys into the ballroom area. Meanwhile, Eldora and Nick, are you guys standing together, or are you standing at different spots?
1 second, let me get my popcorn.
What I imagined it as something similar to Eldorn's backstory, where he would be there preaching, and the bodyguard would be out in front or close by. It doesn't have to be right next to. I don't know how Nick feels about it. But
I'll follow your lead.
All right. So
I imagine it be something very similar to that he would try to orchestrate.
okay. So you guys wanted to be near where the front gate is, though, or like, do you want to be kind of off to one side or the other?
One of the sides, I believe.
Yeah, one of the sides would make more sense.
Okay.
So that way we have a clear view of the front gate, but like
Okay.
we're not in the way.
Yeah. So we'll put you. You'll be closer to the left side of the house, and basically you're like, because it's surrounded by hedges, and like in the front it's got an intricate fence. So you have a clear view of the front gate as well as the entire street and the street behind you,
Nice.
as you're preaching. Go ahead and just make a general speech check for me.
Six. He wasn't a preacher.
Nick, Eldoran's speech and talk, it's not good. Frankly, it's just not. It's like you've heard like people preach on the streets. They usually have like these key phrases they go to, and it seems like Eldoran, you're kind of stumbling over a few of those. You're taking seconds to pause and stuff like that.
Sit and remember, like, oh god, what did he fucking say?
Yeah, basically like, what was that talking about? Oh yeah, this, and you're just talking. Most people seem to be ignoring you right now, but I mean, frankly, you don't really care too much. So,
While he's doing that, I'll be keeping an eye out for any either key figures or shifty characters.
oh, you're echoing again, Adrian.
Let me try.
It's not my.
There
my
you go.
set
You're,
then.
you're fine. You're fine now.
Good?
Yep. Good.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Wonderful. Eldorn and I are such in sync. That's a 6.
Nice.
All right.
Anybody else? One more 6? Come on.
You think you got a
Children are gonna go hungry tonight.
You think you've got a pretty good eye on what's going on around you. You're pretty certain.
Perfect plan. Perfect plan.
Great plan. All right.
We're gonna be so useful.
Back inside. Ellie, you have gone into the ballroom with Twiddlewink. You guys are, he's kind of leading you over to like their seating tables and stuff like that area, in room with dances and stuff, and it looks like it leads into part of the back of the room leads off into a side porch, as well as like looks like it leads down into the gardens. But towards the back, there's like lots of different tables set up, and like a few people are sitting, but quite a few people are dancing. There's also a table lined with food, as well as servants walking in and out of the tables, like offering drinks and food to people.
Okay.
Would you like to get your cake?
I would love to get my cake. Yes.
So you and Twiddlewink kind of make your way over to the food, and you start getting your slice of cake.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were here tonight, Twiddlewink. You see this human female, probably in her mid to late 30s, early 40s at latest.
Someone's stepping up.
Kind
to my
of
man.
tightly bund blonde hair and a pretty low cut red dress.
I'm gonna throw hands.
And she kind of whips out a fan and kind of fans herself a little bit.
Oh, are you hot? Is it hot in here?
I mean, it is late summer, basically. So it's a little warm, but not too bad.
Not the menopause. It's not that.
Jeez.
I mean, you look a little on the older side, so I just wasn't sure. If maybe.
You've got quite a mouth on you, don't you, girl?
I mean, I was just wondering. No one else has a fan in here. I look around.
You look around.
Everyone has a fan.
Several of the women have fans.
I whispered to Twiddlewink, I didn't get the fan memo. What the heck? Oh, sorry. Your fan is fabulous. Fabulous fan. Fabulous.
She kind of snaps it shut. I see you found someone that's quite up to your speed, Twiddlewink. Very much, you two are very much alike, aren't you?
Wow, alright.
He's just like,
How do you know her?
Lady Astrid, I would prefer if you refrain from calling my fiancé such horrible things. Flips out the fan again. Oh, Twiddlewink. When are you going to realize that you just don't belong amongst us anymore?
Alright, okay. Alright. Excuse you. You come up to him for a nice conversation and this is what you have to say? I start eating my cake aggressively. Stress eating.
Well, hasn't he told you? Or is he still pretending to have the money that his family once had?
No. I love Twiddlewink for who he is. And maybe I value the character of people over more than money. Unlike maybe you. I whip out a fake fan, start fanning myself.
What do you use to fan yourself with like a napkin or something?
Yeah, the
like
paper
that?
the plate that I finished the cake with.
I mean, it's like a delicate china plate. Like it's
Oh, good.
So I mean, it
Creates
works.
a powerful wind.
It's
It's cooling me off.
I see you've sunken down to the level you deserve, Twiddlewink.
Oh! Oh!
Your father, as much of a failure as he was, at least, he knew how to act amongst us. And she just kind of like starts strutting away from you.
Can I try Tripper?
Yes, you may. Go ahead and make.
Right here?
No, you're probably in like the entry hall right now. Like you're kind of just like moving your way kind of to the back.
I'm sorry, y'all. Ellie would not take this sitting
Nope.
down.
Do it. Do it. Right, carry down.
So, Ellie, I want you to make
Super stealthy, though.
Oh, you want it to be stealthy? Make a thievery check then.
Okay, I'm like, just like.
Come on, one more.
15.
Holy shit.
All right.
Fuck you, bitch.
Oh.
Breaks her leg.
So you do manage to get your foot under her at the last minute, and she stumbles forward, even in like the heels she's wearing. She catches herself though. I roll a nat 20 for a dex save. So
That slut.
and she just kind of glares at you. Pathetic, and walks away.
Oh, I'm gonna remember this bitch.
What was her
Twiddle
name?
wink.
Twiddlewink just looks already defeated.
Twiddlewink, don't listen to her. I smack him on the back. I'm like, those people aren't even worth your time. Come, let's eat more cake and drink more of that gross wine.
So you guys get your things and you head over to a table to eat and snack and drink. Roy, you are standing in the entry hall. You see a lot of people coming in and out. Or like coming in and then like some people going out into the gardens and stuff like that. You're kind of just like standing as a fly against the wall, basically. You're just kind of like standing there, kind of looking back and forth.
What are there any other guards around? Can I like try to see what they're doing?
Most of like you saw guards as you entered the estate, and it looks like if you look up to the second stairs, there's a few like guards that are paid by Brakker. It looks like up there. It doesn't look like many people have brought like servant level of like guard or any kind of servants in that you see here. But with all the other servants getting around, you're guessing most of them were left outside.
Gotcha. Okay.
You do notice a few people come in. You notice a older dwarf, kind of graying hair, kind of balding on top. Pretty neatly trimmed beard though. Kind of walk in, cane in hand. He greets Lord Brakker, and Lord Brakker and him talk for a little bit. Shortly after him, you see a dwarf female with no beard, no any facial hair or anything. She actually looks pretty attractive. Yes, dwarves can be attractive women too. Don't hate
Didn't say anything, but okay.
Again, she's greeted by Lord Brakker. Make just a perception check just to see if you can eavesdrop on any of these conversations.
Awesome. Yes. Rolling a nat 20. I love it. 13.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay. Their conversation mostly consists of just talking about financial situations. She asks about his mines. He asks about her merchants that she sends out of the continent. How she talks kind of about bringing some new glass pieces back from Irifan. But their conversation doesn't really lead to anything too important. You do notice two other conversations at this time as like Ellie, you, and Twiddlewink are eating cake and chilling. You notice a rather important looking, almost military cut man come in the door. His clothes are not a military uniform, but they are military-esque in style. Just overhearing the basic conversation, you gather that this is Lord Demetrix Shade. He is an elf, and he is the High Lord of Kalmia, and also, actually, you probably wouldn't know that. You would get from the conversation that he's basically the but governor of like Kalmia. He like runs Kalmia for the Connors. Okay. With him is another man, human, but there's almost a sense of he has this shorter black hair, but there's almost a sense of you can't really draw an age to him. There looks like there's pieces of gray in his hair, but his face looks like it could be 20 or 30. it's a strange experience. You rolled a 13.
Yeah. Yes.
They begin chatting about, because you're close enough that you'd be able to hear just basic stuff. They're not trying to really hide anything. You get that they just kind of talk about affairs of the state and basic things. They briefly talk about like how hunting down the Emerald Resistance is going, how just the entire kingdom's kind of functioning, what projects they're working on, stuff like that. You do hear a name mentioned about the second man, which is Lord Matthias Conyer, who make a knowledge check for me.
Pretend I know how to spell that. Knowledge. 13.
Okay. You know the Conyers are the ruling family of necromancers within Houghton. They're not necessarily set up as a monarchy, but they're kind of like they do have positions within the family, but they kind of rule as like a council instead of like a straight king or queen. You do not recognize the name specifically. You haven't like heard like any information specifically about him. So,
But I recognize the Conyard name.
you recognize the Conyer, yes. You recognize the last name.
Got you.
Ooh, if we fuck up, we are in deep doo-doo.
We really fuck up.
So,
We knew what we were getting ourselves into. Come on. Kicking the door in.
Erle and Ghost. It's been about 30 minutes since, they went in. The party, you can tell, has started kind of ramping up a little bit. More and more people are showing up. You guys are kind of off to the side right now, like mostly just hiding in an alleyway, kind of just in the shadows and just waiting for your opportunity. The back, there are servants coming to and from the servant house, but most of the party goers are not in the back, they are in the front. However, there are still some areas of light in the back and still some, there is still some movement. It's just not a lot. So, how would you guys like to approach this?
Loudly.
Cursing all the way.
You are confident.
Knock on the front door.
You are confident with both of you together, your stealth, that you would be able to get easily close to the house without being spotted. It's just when you get close, it's going to be a little bit more tricky, and you're going to have to make some stealth checks.
Is there any possible way to see if there's a back door to like the slave house?
To the servant house?
Yeah.
Because there are no slaves in Houghton.
Sorry.
Yeah, gosh.
Commoner's home.
You guys can head back there and explore if you would like. There's a few areas you guys could enter. You could go into that, check that out. There's a cellar, which you had checked out earlier. There are a few side porches, but it looks like that leads more into the main house of where the guests are. And then there's also like the back servant door, which you can't tell, but likely judging, since both of you have done jobs like this, you would probably assume that it leads into like a kitchen area. So it might be a little busy. But generally speaking, the cellar, it does not look like people are coming in and out of it. Why don't you both of you make a knowledge check for me? So Ghost, you rolled 20. Erle, what did you get?
I rolled
Did he roll a 1?
no.
No, did Ghost roll a 1?
Ghost rolled a
No,
9.
20.
Nat 20.
Okay.
A
Nat
17.
A 17?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't see that at
Okay.
all.
Thank God you guys are doing this mission.
Yeah.
So you a few things to note. you know from missions in the past that it's unlikely if people are not coming in and out of the cellar, there's likely a spot to go up inside, probably leading somewhere potentially into the kitchen or around the kitchen. Generally, a lot of the servants have their own staircases and stuff like that they can travel between floors without really being seen. And it wouldn't be uncommon with as many servants as there are for a lot of people to it wouldn't be crazy for people to come out of the cellar without people really realizing that people were down there, just because of how many people are at this event. So
Go through the cellar.
Too easy.
I said that to Ghost.
you guys are probably a good 100 feet away from the house still. Like, you've moved up, but you're like kind of laying low and you're in shadows, so it's very hard to see you, especially against the backdrop of the hedges, unless someone was looking closely, which no one is. So what do you guys want to do? You guys could go to the servant house and come through that way, but that is also going back further away from the house.
I think the cellar is our best bet. If we get caught, I mean, I suggest you try and talk us out of it. Otherwise, I mean, we're gonna have casualties.
Yeah, I can try to talk us out of it. We should see if they have like any wine or anything while we're down there, so that we could say that we brought up more things for the guests.
Okay.
All right.
You guys still have written down what your stealth was your rolls were for hiding?
I do.
Okay, what do you roll?
I rolled a 14 for mine.
Okay, Ellie, do you still have yours written down?
I have Ellie's written down because I hit it on her.
Okay, what was that?
Hers is a 17.
Okay, that's probably the most important one. Ghost?
Mine was like an 18.
Okay.
I think.
I don't know where my notepad went with those rolls on it, but okay. Okay, so you guys approach the cellar. I need you guys to make a stealth check for me first.
Are you coming in from the left side or the right side of the estate?
Probably from the left side, since you guys are on the left, so they probably were hiding in those hedges.
Okay.
But you guys can't see them.
Yeah.
So
No, not with 6.
especially since they would have known the cellar is on the left side anyway, so it's it's easier for them to get to that way. Okay, what do you guys get for stealth?
19.
10.
Okay. You guys are rolling. You should consider it as a roll together, basically. So that's how I'm calculating it, just for you guys to understand how rolls are going. So this is just general. You guys sneaking up to the house. So you guys get to the cellar. No one spots you. Most of the servants, you kind of wait for a moment where all the servants are kind of inside, or no one's moving between, and you move up. The cellar is locked. So you guys can pick the lock if you would like, but it will take some time. And if you fail, it will take time.
I can pick the lock.
Okay, go ahead and make a lock picking check for me.
I will keep watch while he picks the lock.
Okay, give me a perception check.
I thought it was a 1 for a second. That's a 10.
Okay.
Trying to see my abilities, sorry.
I was gonna say, I think you have the lock picking passive equipped, don't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to use it.
It's
a
permanent.
passive.
It's permanent now. It's passive. It's all the time.
Oh, it is. Okay, then 16.
Yep. No problem. You crack that thing open, easy enough. It takes you maybe 10 to 30 seconds to pick.
Okay.
And you guys start moving down the stairs to the cellar. So, close the door behind you. You lock it again so that no one knows you're in here. It is dark where you come in. Do either of you have light sources on you? Like, there is light down here, but it's very, very faint. and it's more in the distance. You guys kind of came in from a side that's not necessarily used as much.
I don't.
Okay, I will say, Aralea, with your fire magic, you can expend, since you do not have the create fire or the light specific spells, I will allow you to maintain a spell, one of your fire spells, in expenditure of spell slots for light, if you would
Okay.
like. So, like, you could cast Fireball and hold it in your hand, essentially, and not use it as damage, but use it as a light source instead. But it will
Oops,
cost...
It went off.
It will cost your spell slots, and you won't be able to use it as a weapon for that specific one.
Can we see without it?
Yes, but it'll be much harder.
Could I try and see if there's a light source around us?
So as you guys kind of look into the cellar, a lot of you see light coming from further down. It's kind of blocked by shelves and stuff, which you assume is probably food stores and ale, wine, stuff like that. Well, probably not ale, but like hard liquors and stuff like that. You can't really make out much because neither of you have dark vision either. But there is light coming from the other side, and you think if you get past the shelves, you could probably find it. But you'll have to make your way over there in the dark.
Let's do it in the dark.
Okay.
At night.
Just use the light from Ghost's radiant smile, and the way will be lit.
Okay.
Beacons are lit.
I want the two of you to make perception checks for me.
13.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Marcus like that must be nice.
Cool. Would be cool.
Wonders what those are like.
They're pretty nice.
I've been rolling the best I've ever rolled it today. 2 13s.
So you guys make your way. Aralea kind of, you can't really see because it's so dark, but you can kind of feel your way through. And you move your way over to the far wall just to make sure that like no one comes down with like a torch or something or like some kind of light source and like grab something and they're like, why are you two standing in the dark? So you kind of head back to the far side and head around as if to come through the other way for the light sources. As you're heading that way, Aralea, you're kind of feeling your way along the wall and making sure that nothing, like moving your foot forward. So it is a little slower. It does take some time. Few things. First thing, since you have 20, you are making your way past the wall and your hand's kind of sliding against it, and you notice a groove that's not like the other parts of the brick. What do you want to do?
Can I feel a little bit more? Is it like a doorway?
So you start feeling around it. You can feel there's a thin line in approximately like a shorter square, maybe 2 or 3, probably about 3 foot tall. And you feel that little crevice is not, it's like an oval shape. And it feels like it can be pushed in.
I'll tell Ghost about it.
Okay.
Should I push it in?
It won't take too long if you want to try and investigate it real quick.
You guys,
Fuck yeah.
I was going to say, you guys do have... You've been in here for about maybe 5 minutes total. Just not even, probably 5 minutes, working your way down the wall. The party is going to last approximately 5 to 6 hours. So you have time.
No rush.
You push the button in. You are so lucky you rolled a natural 20. Especially in the dark, because that was almost the only way you'd be able to find some of these things. The piece, it swings over. Just want to check. Okay. It's pretty quiet, but it does make some noise. You kind of look around. You don't hear any footsteps coming. Nothing like that. Since you can't see anything, You kind of move your way in to the small space.
Well, at this
you
point,
want.
I would light up a combust. Would combust give off light?
No, it'd have to be fireball. Because
Fireball.
combust, the way
Okay.
combust, the way to think about combust is it's almost like this magically, like the way I always imagine it is it's like these flakes of like red goo ish, like it's basically something that's like an ignitable fluid. It's not
Oh.
actually fire.
Okay.
But
Well, yeah,
fireball
I'll-
will work, and it'll last.
do.
We'll say it'll last 10 minutes for one
Okay.
cast of fireball.
Sweet.
You light up. You see this short doorway in front of you now. It doesn't go back very far, but inside you see a chest. The chest is locked.
Ghost, get in here.
I'm assuming you need me to lockpick something.
Yes, please.
Get it, girl.
It goes.
I
It
will
goes.
attempt to pick the lock.
It's much easier now that you have light.
17.
Pop! You open up. It is filled. Like, this chest is probably like, I don't know, probably about like, it's pretty good size. It's a pretty solid chest. It's filled with coin.
Sick.
A lot of coin. You don't know how much because it would take you time to count it, but it's definitely over 1,000 gold pieces.
Shopping.
And I'm
spree.
guessing we don't have like our bags and stuff with us.
You would have pockets and stuff, but no, you don't have like your backpacks with you to store it in.
We'll come back for this.
Okay.
And
Before we continue, I want to come to an agreement real quick.
okay.
50-50, yeah?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
And I'll just slowly shut the chest.
Okay. You shut the chest. You have light now, and you don't hear anyone else in the basement with your natural 20. So you start working your way down further, and you come, like, this is a pretty long cellar. It looks like it spans quite a bit of the house, and now that you can see like barrels kind of, like several barrels of wines and alcohol kind of on this shelf that's next to you. So you're kind of in between the wall and the shelf. And you can kind of see through them towards there are several different lines. It doesn't look like they're all like alcohol. There are food stores and stuff like that, like you assumed. You can see through them now, and you can see like the light on the far side, and there's stairs over there. So you have to come all the way around to get to the stairs. And you see as you get closer to the front, there's less and less shelving. It's more just stores and stuff like that. But you keep moving down, and you come to the end of this wall. And you notice something odd because you rolled a natural 20. You're very lucky. There is
That process.
there is a crate in this corner, which doesn't stand out as totally strange or odd to you. Until you notice something on the ground. Because now that you can see, you can find this. It looks like a lot of this area is a little bit more dusty back here. So you guys are leaving a slight footprints. There are footprints leading to and from that specific area, the chest area we're from, coming from this direction. There are footprints leading to here too. That both look pretty recent. And this chest looks like it's been slid out of the way a lot. Or this crate.
Great.
So, what do you want to do?
What's in the crate?
Okay, you open up the crate. Start searching through it. Go ahead and make a perception check for me as you're searching through the crate. See if you can find anything quick.
Both of us or just her?
Both of you, if both of you want to search, you can.
11.
Christmas for you guys.
5. That was my first bad roll.
You search through the crate and you don't find anything really too interesting. Some just like extra stocks of like uniforms for what looks like the servants, since it looks similar to what clothes you're wearing. A few other like clothing items that look like they've just been stored down here, but nothing of interest in the crate.
Okay.
So,
Which
so it looks like it was slid in a certain direction. Yes.
Sure does.
Can I slide it in that same direction?
Yep, you slide it towards you, then you guys look over the edge. There's a ladder.
oh, where does the ladder lead?
Sex
You
dungeon.
you cannot see right here. If you look over and you lean down, it looks like it leads down, probably about 10 to 12 feet, and then it goes down some stairs, but you can't make out more than that.
Well, I'll say I'm pretty intrigued, aren't you?
Oh, hell yeah. And I just start going down the
All
ladder.
right, you guys start going down. We'll get back to you.
Oh.
Nick and Doran. You guys are hanging out. Why don't you go both make perception checks for me?
Oh,
Dream team you're talking to right
yeah,
here.
the most
Oh,
important,
yeah.
the most important people in this plan.
The
12.
real dream team.
2.
12?
We're so useful.
Nick, coming from a back location, and it's pretty far down the street from where because you guys are on the left-hand side, and there's like a street that comes onto the other side across the, like there's basically streets surrounding this estate.
Mm-hmm.
Down, not the main street, but down the side street here where Aralea and Ghost went to, you see a cart be pulled out further down, looks like towards the end, and you see the person is cloaked, and you can see the figure looks back and forth and then begins to pull the cart away from the manor, not out towards you, but away towards the edge of the city.
That seems shady. I don't know about you.
Eldoran, there's that card over there. It was coming from within.
Came from within the manor grounds.
In the
and is
estate.
leaving.
Should we check that out, or should we?
I think that
here?
prompts some investigation. Yeah,
All right.
Okay. You guys gonna follow him then?
I think we're gonna follow him.
We'll do a quick follow. Yeah.
Okay. I want you guys to make
Shit.
just general thievery checks.
Wonderful.
We're so well made for this.
It's not hard. He's not like looking. You guys are pretty far away, but it's just a general sense if you can follow. And I also want you, after we get that, we'll do some other checks too. Okay, what did you guys roll?
Eldoran.
Go ahead.
We're a team.
8.
Okay, that's okay.
That's okay.
That's
That's
good
a
average.
great
Really good
roll.
average.
That's decent enough
That's
average.
above average.
You're also coming through like city streets and stuff, so it's not hard for you to get. And then both of you can make either perception or survivalist check for me to follow this man through the town. Because you guys aren't directly on the edge of the city, but you're close to the edge of the city.
I have a perception bonus. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'll do survivalist.
Okay.
That's okay.
19.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Yeah, you have zero problems following this guy. He is going. You guys follow him for about 5-ish minutes because you said you didn't want to follow him for too long. You still have his trail. You can still follow him, but it looks like he's heading towards the outskirts of the city. Especially with your nat 20. So you can either choose to follow. It'll be about, to the outskirts from here, it'll be about 15 minutes. So it'll be at least that far away from the manor, but it's up to you guys if you want to follow him or not.
I mean,
We wanted to find info on Brakker, right?
yeah, and we didn't really get a whole lot of action from just standing there. So I think this is probably a worthwhile lead.
Let's see if we can cut him off.
I agree.
Okay. We're going to try to rush the back. I'm going to rush through some of the back streets or the back alleyways and try to see if I can run ahead of the cart.
Okay.
And kind
No,
of
Lauren's gonna
get
keep
in their
following
way.
behind.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of flank him around. Got it. We'll
Hey,
get back.
this bitch.
We'll get back to you.
Exciting.
Ellie and Roy, I'm assuming you moved in to kind of keep an eye on Twiddle, Wink, and Ellie.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Okay.
Keep an eye on.
So you're kind of
the
standing on
food.
the edge of the ballroom.
I kind of check my watch and I'm like, excellent. It looks like Ghost and Aralea should be in the office by now, and that Eldoran and Nicholas should still be distracting everyone outside. Perfect.
Yeah, it's been about.
Everything's going great.
You guys have been here for probably about an hour. A woman comes over to you, Roy. Low cut red dress, fan,
Oh.
blonde hair.
Bitch
In a
doesn't
bun.
catch a fucking hint. Okay.
Well, no,
Great.
Roy is not standing next to you guys. He's on his own.
Oh.
Like just off to the side. a little bit
You're
more.
off to the side, but you're like not directly next to them, so she doesn't know that he came here with you.
Oh.
Well, my, aren't you a handsome one? I'm talking
Ma'am?
to I'm talking to you.
Ma'am.
What's your name, soldier boy?
Solomon Roy. Just kind of here, extra help, kind of to keep the party in check.
I do love myself a military man.
Barf. Come for my face.
She gets like really close to you, and she like starts like putting her fan on like this top of your chest, and she starts moving it down. How would you like to accompany me later this evening?
Roy's gonna unlock a new outfit tonight.
The lack of one.
Birthday suit.
Well, no, he still has that outfit from his affair.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's gonna unlock a new.
Another new one. As flattering as that is, ma'am, I am unfortunately on a job and being paid for this, so I must keep my post and
Oh well,
keep watch.
you know, I can wait for a while.
Okay.
I can wait till you're done. You can join me after the affairs this evening.
I think. What was your name? I didn't catch your name.
Lady Astrid Lewis. Widowed, I'm afraid. My husband
Killed
died some
her.
time ago.
Husband.
Intent check.
Astrid
Insight.
Lewis.
Is she
Perception.
lying?
There you go. What's your roll?
He needs
Self
to know
perception.
if she's
Yeah,
lying.
roll 20. Come on.
20. Not nat.
20?
What? Holy shit.
It's a 19.
When she mentions her husband, there's definitely a sense of really she didn't care about him. You can't tell if. I mean, it just doesn't seem like she had any affection towards him.
Feed him to tigers.
And that's all you can really tell from that statement.
Carol fucking Baskin.
So, you know,
How old is she?
She's 30, mid to late 30s probably.
I'm off my own new campaign, boys. See ya.
Off to your conquest.
You know, I have
To get murdered.
I have my rooms. We could go to any inn, or I even have. I own some ships, and I could make sure they're cleared out for us tonight. If you want a little exotic adventure.
I can wait.
It's about to get wet.
Wow.
In game and out of game.
Perfect plan, guys.
Sounds like a lovely time, I'm sure. But yes, I will have to meet you at some other point. Maybe I have to keep to my duties here, and I walk away.
That's right,
Eating
boy.
cake.
Stick to the plan.
You can see as you walk away. You kind of turn your head back quick, and you can see in her eyes she looks like a lioness on the fucking hunt now.
Oh.
She's in heat.
Older woman
Yep,
seeking
all that.
younger man.
So.
I'm so glad I'm not in there anymore.
Assistance.
Oh my god.
You
SOS.
wanted to be in the house so bad.
So, Ellie, you're with Twiddlewink.
My boy.
He's kind of like, he looks a little uncomfortable in this environment. You know.
Yeah, same.
Maybe we should, maybe they're fine. Maybe we should just go. I don't really
No.
belong here anyway.
No, Twiddlewink, fuck these people. You know what? You were invited to this party, and then I was also invited to this party by you. Very, very nice of you. Thank you. So we deserve to be here just like anyone else. And screw that Astrid lady, whoever the fuck, menopausal, creepy ass, ugly ass woman. There's got to be some decent people here, right? Do you know anyone else in the room?
I mean, I know a lot of these people. They're not really the people I like to spend my time with anymore. I generally just, I usually just stay away from these kind of things. It's just me and Zinc usually. I just,
Inky.
it's Zinc's all I got left from when my family's fortune and estate. He's the only one that stayed after my dad kind of threw everything away.
So daddy issues, I see. So what, your dad just gave up his fortune, or gambled it all away, or went to get a cigarette one day, or what happened?
Yeah, he gambled it away. He was quite the gambler. With, as he looks around, many of these people here, they have no care for people like me. They're just all in for themselves.
Yeah, because they didn't have to work hard for anything probably ever. Probably just all were raised into this. But you're a hardworking dude. And we're gonna, get those papers you need, and, screw all these people. You're gonna be you're better than them 10 times. 100 times.
He gives you a smile. I'm happy I met all of you. Things have been a lot better, and I know Zinc's been a lot happier too, with more people to talk to.
Oh, Zinc's a good one. I gotta steal him some cake. How do you think I could? Do you think I could put it in my boot? Would he eat boot cake?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Zinc, but maybe we just sneak it out at the end when we leave. We'll just take some cake with us.
Oh, good idea. We could just take the whole thing. We'll carry it out, and no one won't even know them. They won't even know the difference. These
you're
people
right.
look too skinny. They won't even eat the cake.
You're right. Fuck them. We'll take the cake.
Yeah.
And we'll eat it too. That's how that saying goes, right?
Yeah. I don't know, but yeah.
His head kind of turns, and you see a look of shock on his face for a second, as Lord Brakker and two other very finely dressed men walk into the room and kind of look around. That is the High Lord of the town, and Lord Conyers is here too. Oh gosh.
What?
You see?
What?
They're yeah. Well, you know who the Conyers are because you've been fighting them.
Sure.
Well, I was saying that outside. I was saying that outside the game. Outside.
Oh.
He does not.
Wait, I do know what they look like?
You don't know what they look like, but as soon as he mentions the name and he's looking at them directly, you know exactly what to look for. The slight ageless features is common. Since you've been in multiple battles, you would know that that's a common trait of higher ranking necromancers. They learn to be able to manipulate their age a little bit to where they can kind of extend their lives unnaturally.
Yeah, freaks. Okay. Oh no. Oh.
That's Lord Matthias.
Matthias. And I know who that is.
Do you know what? Make a knowledge check. He was gonna ask you, do you know who that is? So,
14.
with your backstory, that would probably be enough. Lord Matthias Conyer is known as the Magician. He is one of the more powerful and battle-ready Conyer lords. And he is a very, very high-ranking mage.
Oof.
Pretty powerful.
Shit.
I mean, but just think of the rewards of taking him out right now, Ellie. Just.
Wait, is Twiddlewink saying that?
No, that's
Oh.
that's DM Gavin trying to bait you into something you don't want.
No, I won't
That's
kill in the
Gavin
middle.
suggesting something stupid.
I won't kill in the middle of the party with the cake here and everything. I don't want to get blood on the cake. And I don't want to
As you're kind of looking at them, another man approaches. Similar look to the Lord Braxter that you met at the entrance, but his hair is a little bit more messy, and he's a bit more unkempt and not really dressed up well. And he like Twiddlewink, right? That's your name. Who's your friend here? And he pulls up a chair and sits down. Lord Joran, this is my Joran Braxer. You remember the name. You guys have mentioned it. The younger brother of Lord Walter Braxer, who you met at the entrance.
Did I get?
Hmm?
No, go ahead.
You guys, why are you sitting over here by yourself and not joining in the party? I mean, this is a lovely occasion.
Lovely occasion. Could have lovelier people.
Oh,
Curtsy. I'm not gonna stand up. I'm just gonna say curtsy.
you're just gonna say curtsy. You are very interesting
Well, thanks.
and quite pretty, if I can say so.
I showered. It's my monthly shower. It's just
Shower.
Do I see this?
Holy
This would
shit.
be kind of happening similarly to the time that Astrid is kind of like pursuing you.
Gotcha. I just want to make it a point that I'm going to try to be on the opposite side of the room of her at all times.
Okay.
From there on.
Yeah,
Rude.
you like, she is moving towards you in different ways, like dancing a few places, talking to some other people, and then she'll flow over to another conversation. She gets close, and then as soon as she starts to get close, you move to the other side of the room, and she starts going that way.
She's thirsty. Get that girl.
But I also want to make sure I keep an eye on their table as well.
Okay. You know, Twiddlewink, I don't think we've spent nearly enough time together. Maybe sometime in the near future I can have you and your lovely friend here over for just, some time for us all to spend together.
Seem
He
like a
lives
nice
the
guy.
lifestyle.
Do you like your brother? Not
He
to
lo-
be too forward.
He looks over at Walter, who is kind of talking it up with the two high-ranking lords of the realm, and well, of course I like my brother. He's my brother. He keeps track of the estates. I don't really do anything like that. I'm more free to do whatever I want.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Oh, very nice. I very much enjoy what I do now.
What do you do?
I've recently began studying different religions around the world, and I found some really interesting and strange ones.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite?
Ooh, favorite one. Well, there is a I think my most interesting one that I've came across is one from it was a faction during the War of the Gods. They followed the goddess of murder, Momus.
Ah, sounds nice.
They had just these strange things they did. And there's not a lot of history on them, but I find it fascinating that a whole group would just be this violent, force in the world. It's crazy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure.
Have you ever heard of her?
I think I've heard it said.
Interesting. Again, not very, obviously not a very popular thing, especially anymore. But it's interesting to know like these weirder, strange things that pop up.
Right. I mean, there's plenty of stuff right now that's groups who are murderous and devil in the ways of evil.
Well, yeah. There's also there's the cult of Zix. We could talk about them. They're a strange group trying to bring back a ancient demon lord who's rumored to be frozen up north somewhere. One thing that's really interesting though, and culturally, is the group of Draco Bloods in the Borzerian Desert. They're very interesting. Did you know that they have like this competition to see who takes their throne when the previous ruler passes? They have to climb. They have to climb this mountain of black glass that's an active volcano in the middle of the desert. It's fascinating. And whoever comes back first gets to rule. It's crazy.
Yeah. I thought maybe it'd be like a singing contest or something, but
Oh no! This is way more. Sometimes it gets violent and stuff like that, but most of the time it's more of a race than it is a like fighting competition or anything like that.
Well, that is kind of interesting.
So you guys continue to talk, and he continues to talk about random facts about just these far off places that most of them you've never heard of. Not always focused on death, but that does seem to be a theme that sticks to him.
Yeah, I gathered that.
So, but he definitely is going to talk to you for a little bit, and we'll get back to you guys.
Ellie, you look up as you see Roy just skimmering across the side of like the walls like a girl in gym class trying to like avoid dodgeballs as his way back around to the other side again in a clockward motion.
Wait, do I notice the nasty lady?
Make a perception check for me.
Just going by people like, good day, how's your party going? Fantastic, great, lovely to see you.
I was just
everything good over here.
What'd you roll?
So,
5?
5.
Yeah, she has no idea.
I'm so engrossed in this conversation of murder and
I just walked by the table.
One thing you notice too is that even when like you are like trying to like you're like, oh, okay, and you try to change the topic, he like always kind of like rolls past you a little bit and continues to talk about what he's talking about.
All right,
just a note. So
I thought he'd be cool. Damn it.
He's a little strange.
Yeah. Just a wee bit.
Party's still going well. Nothing coming up as I scurry along the sides of the party.
Nervously looking around.
As Roy and Ellie are working their way through the party, Erle and Ghost, you guys head down into this darkened space. Are you pulling the crate back over as you come down? It does actually have a handle on the bottom to be pulled back into space.
Sure.
Okay. So it closes behind you. It's easy to open up, and you check to make sure it can slide back and forth. It's easy enough. It actually slides very easily. You guys get to the bottom of the stairs. There's a few steps down that takes you down about another 3 feet, and then there is a solid wooden door with this old like iron handle, and what looks like kind of like an old, those old like skeleton key looking locks. It's like that.
Yes.
That's what
Okay.
that door looks like. There are no torches or anything, and like it's not a very long hallway. It's very short to this landing. It is locked again.
I should still
Okay.
have my fireball up, right?
Yep, it's probably
Okay.
been about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Just between you like working your way around the basement and stuff.
I will attempt to pick the lock.
Go for it. Judging by the lock, not gonna probably be that hard. Looks like an older lock.
16.
Yep, no problem. It's like you're trained for this stuff or something.
Or something.
The door slides open. I want you both to make perception checks for me. To see what you notice first.
Ugh. I don't
Sex
like the way
dungeon.
that sounds.
What'd you guys roll?
8.
8? Okay.
18.
Okay. Ghost, you don't notice the smell right away. Erle, you notice a smell of... It's a mix between the smell of rot and blood.
Oh.
You
Here we
open
go.
up the door. Ghost, you don't notice this since you're going first. You don't notice the smell, and it doesn't hit you until you enter the room. The first thing you notice, hanging on a peg right next to the door, is a red cloak. And as you guys enter the room, your fireball illuminates the light. There is a set next to the red cloak of what looks like small knives, saw blades, different types of sharp devices, like almost like plier-esque things, stuff like that. And in the middle of the room is a pretty solid oak-looking table, but it is hard to tell because the wood is so much darker from blood that's soaked into it. You don't notice any you don't notice any body parts or anything like that around the room. It's this very small like room. There is a spot in one of the corners that has a larger amount of the smell is coming strongly from there, and it has a large amount of like dried blood on the stonework. As you look closer around the room, you notice hanging on the wall, framed in like this very intricate way
Is
to
it
preserve
faces?
it. It is not faces. It is sets of ears.
I don't know if that's
Yeah.
better.
And you notice that they are all of the same race.
Oh God.
They are all gnomish.
Ah! Ah!
I regret being down here.
Jordan's playground.
Blink.
All right, we'll get back to you in a second. Eldor and Nick. Nick, I want you to make an athletics check for me.
Sure. Five.
Okay, so you try to run to catch up. You guys are. You still have a track on him from your high perception and survivalist rolls, but you're not able to cut him off. You actually get. You like Eldor's like. And he sees you running down a street that's connected to him. You basically missed your mark to try to catch him. He has headed outside of town at this point. You can continue to follow him if you want.
So only
You guys,
Eldoran didn't. Was he following straight behind him?
yeah,
I was
he,
following behind
he
him.
was waiting for you to flank him so that you guys could have basically
We do like a pincer.
Yeah, pincer move on him. But you didn't manage to flank him because you're a low athletics roll. So he is outside of the town, but you still have a track on him. You can still follow him. If you would
If he's
like.
outside
I mean-
of town, we might have a better chance of. If we're outside of town, we might have a better chance of talking and or stopping him without alerting many guards.
Eldoran's gonna look back at the town and be like, they could probably do without us for a little while longer.
It's not like they found a bunch of ears or anything on the wall.
Eldoran doesn't know that.
So you guys follow him outside of town. You see him?
So it's a cart.
Yes.
So there are horses up on the front.
He's pulling it himself. It's
He's
not a very big.
pulling
It's not a big cart. You guys have gotten close enough now a few times that you can see it's the back of the contents of the cart are covered with a blanket, like a tarp, basically.
Since we're outside of town, is there a whole lot of people around?
No, but you guys are he's heading in, like, there's a little bit of space, but then it heads into the silent forest a little bit.
How far behind him are we?
200 feet, maybe.
Damn, okay.
You guys can catch up to him if you want. He's not, like, going at he doesn't know you're following him, so he's not going at a super fast pace. If you would like to run and catch him before he leaves town, that's up to you. Like, right before he gets out. He'll still be on the outskirts, but...
Eldoran's curiosity is kind of getting the better of him at this point and really wants to see what's in that fucking cart.
Okay. So you guys, do you guys want to follow, or do you just want to just basically ram him down?
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my fancy clothes that was ordered for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna run after him and say, "Sir, sir."
Okay. All right. So you guys are running after him. He looks back and kind of sets down the cart and kind of comes over to basically like to see what you're doing. He pulls down his hood and stuff like that. Probably 30s, balding male. What can I do for you?
I'm terribly sorry. These clothes seem to have fallen out of the cart a little farther back. I wanted to bring them back to you. So these are yours.
Make a speech check.
While he does that, can Eldoran go past and try to peek into the cart?
You may certainly try. You need to roll. You need to roll a stealth check for me.
I would like to try.
Oh God. 16.
Okay.
20.
What is it?
Oh.
He's like, please, no going near the cart. That's my belongings.
All right, Eldoran's gonna walk past like he has nothing to do with Nick and just kind of keep on going down.
Well, you guys are outside of town, so he knows you two are together.
Oh, well, shit.
You guys couldn't catch him before he's on the outs. Like, there's some houses here and there, but
keep
you guys are
going
more
anyway.
in, you guys are more in like area right before the silent forest as the road starts to curve back, and he's was moving towards off road. So you guys catch him.
Okay, Eldoran's just gonna lean on the cart then.
Please, away from my cart, sir. I guess I must have dropped those. I will.
You had
thank
to.
you.
Right, you were coming from the Brakker manor. It fell a while ago, and I noticed too late, so it took a while to catch up to you and find my way.
Ah, indeed. I'll take the clothes from you, and thank you. I will be on my way if you don't mind.
If I may ask, what's going on with the cart in such a late evening? Usually trading's mostly during the daytime.
I just am doing a job for the Braxers. That's all I was told.
Insight or perception.
It's a perception check, yes.
Gosh darn it, 5.
Damn it.
I believe you.
You don't know. He doesn't seem to be. He seems a little shady, but not like.
Does Eldoran believe him?
You already made your roll.
Damn it, you're right.
If you don't mind, I'll be on my way now. Eldoran, make a perception check for me, since you're kind of semi-close to the cart.
18.
You hear people screaming inside.
You don't hear people screaming.
The ears.
You notice the tarp over top, the blanket that's covering it, has splotches and looks stained in places. and you smell. It does not smell pleasant. Let's just say that.
Eldoran's just gonna rip off the blanket.
Yeah.
No, like no pump,
He
no
goes
circumstance.
to reach for your arm, and you just rip off the blanket. Go ahead and make just a like.
Bruh.
Just make a roll for me. He's surprised, so I'll give you a +5 to this.
+5. Fuck, it's a 9
I rolled a 9 too. Reroll
Oh, you're totally.
with the 5.
with the 5.
24.
I roll a 3. He goes to reach for your hand, and you rip off the blanket. In the cart, you see several, maybe 4 to 5 dismembered gnome bodies.
I don't like this episode.
I'm going to bed.
It is. They are gruesomely taken. It's hard to tell that they're the amount just by the volume, but there's no way to like piece the parts back together. They're pretty separated.
Yeah. Eldoran
You just say okay.
is going. No. Eldoran's gonna drop the blanket.
Knockback swing. I am pushing him into the cart.
Ah! What the fuck?
Okay, so you're gonna whack him with your shield. What are you gonna do, Eldoran? Because he is surprised.
Oh no, Eldoran's gonna get up in his face as much as he can with Nick there.
Okay, well, Nick, are you hitting him before Eldoran talks to him?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll for me. Actually, it's just the knockback swing's just a thing that happens now, right? It's just a snap.
No.
It's still an attack roll.
It is an attack roll, and so it's just damage plus a 15-foot
So
push.
it's a combo. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and make your attack roll then for me.
So it's a hit with a 7,
Okay.
and let's see. There it is.
You do see Nick going for this, so are you going to beat on the man?
No.
Okay.
He will cast Shadow's Embrace though.
Okay.
16 bludgeoning.
Make a I'll keep that down. Make a spell attack roll for me.
Spell attack roll. This is a D12. Yeah. 11.
Yeah, he's you whack Nick. You whack him with the back of your shield, and you catch him by surprise. As he turns, you just smack him in basically the side, and it kind of catches the side of his face too. And you hear his jaw crack a little bit as he slammed into the back of the cart on top of all of the body parts. And then you immediately, Eldoran, wrap him. You watch as Eldoran's arms are just engulfed in shadow, and just the shadows come up and like grab him to the cart. And he's bleeding pretty badly. This is not a fighter.
Yeah.
So he's very hurt, and he's panicking right now.
I'm gonna come up while he's shadow embraced, grab the front of his shirt. What is this?
It's just a job, and I'm paid to do this from the Braxers.
These are dismembered body parts, you bastard! What do you mean this is a fucking job?
I don't know anything. I take these out to the woods, I dump them, and I just get paid. That's it. That's all I know.
Who pays you?
The Braxers.
How often do you do this?
Once a month. I didn't, man, it's not me. I don't know what's going on.
How long have you done this?
A few months.
We're bringing these back into town.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm... Eldoran, that's what I said. We in agreement?
On what?
Bringing them back into town.
He's gonna hold his mace while holding him and just be like, yeah, we're gonna bring him into town. Yeah.
So where are you guys taking him? Are you taking him to the you know where the barracks of the Death's Watch is?
To the party.
It is To the party.
Not to the party.
Nick, specifically, you have been to the Caldea
Honored
Deaths.
guest.
Eldorn really wants to take him to the party.
Oh, not to the party.
Sadly, Nick doesn't know who the big people who are at the party right now. So he has.
You have
if
no.
he brings him back to the estate. He doesn't think that there's anybody who's able to or who would arrest.
I was gonna say you
So
would.
the barracks would be where Nick would go.
Okay, so you guys will take him to the Death Watch guards barracks.
Yeah, we'll take him to the guards barracks.
Okay, so Erle and Ghost, you are standing in this room. What would you like to do?
Oh, out of it.
Aralea,
Yeah.
Good
complete
answer.
the mission. I'm gonna kill this sick son of a bitch. Ghost walks off.
Oh.
All right.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! I'm running out of that room. I'm running up. I am leaving the cellar.
Okay, but you are splitting up from Ghost then.
Oh fuck yeah!
Okay. Okay. All right. We got some interesting stuff going on. All right.
Spice.
I'm
So-
grabbing a bottle of wine on my way upstairs.
Okay, so you grab a
Can
bottle.
we do shout outs to
Hmm?
public?
Wait, what?
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 Are we able to do shout outs to people I sort of blame for this who's gonna watch this video?
You may certainly mention them. Yes.
Zach, you told us what you said before the episode. I sort of blame you for what's going on right now. Okay, there we go.
I mean, to be fair to Zach, I already had this planned before this episode. I had
There
this
you go.
planned before last episode.
Yeah, then you're fucked up.
This is what DMing for years does to you. Just twist your mind.
We're gonna make this situation so much more
Oh,
fun.
you're good. It's gonna be interesting. All right, Erlea, I need you to make a stealth check for me. As I'm assuming you are actually going to complete the mission. Ghost, I also would like you to make a stealth check for me, as you guys are kind of splitting up.
I rolled a 13.
Okay.
18.
Okay. You guys managed to blend into the crowd. Erle, you get a few looks, but you notice, because you guys come up into the kitchen. Ghost, you just slip past Erle, like, and no one even notices you're there, basically. Although you have no idea where this guy is.
Or even which
Who
one.
it is.
What it looks like.
I have a feeling I know which one of these fuckers it is.
We'll count
Definitely
Ghost.
Astrid.
Ghost, we'll get back to you because you're gonna basically start working your way into the party. So it's gonna take you time to stealthily do that. But I know that you'll wait for well, we'll see if you wait for a proper moment or not. Erlea, you manage to get up the servant stairs, and you start working your way up. There are 3 floors, and you remember Twiddlewink. I should make a which floor would you like to go to, or you can make a knowledge check, and I will remind you.
Oh, I think I wrote it down. Can I, if I wrote it down and I remember,
Yeah, you can totally
okay.
use that. I'm assuming you're also doing this in a rush now. You're not doing it.
3rd floor. I would like to go to the 3rd floor.
Okay. I'm assuming you're doing this in a rush. You're not, well, like, you're trying to be stealthy, but you're doing this more quickly than you would have done before.
No. I know that I have time.
Okay. So you'll take your time and you will work your way around servants and stuff like that. Not many are coming up to these floors, so as you get past the 2nd floor, it's pretty dead. And you begin working your way through the 3rd floor. I need you to make a knowledge check for me as you're kind of like investigating what the rooms are, just to see how quick you find these rooms.
14.
Okay. It takes you some time. You check a lot of the rooms. Some of the rooms up here are guest rooms, it looks like. There are a few, like, there looks like there's a storage room up here for just, like, random stuff. You come to the end of the hall, though, and the door is locked, and you, like, peek through the keyhole. You can tell this is definitely the office that Twiddlewink had mentioned. It is locked.
Can I try to unlock it?
You sure can. You know how to pick locks.
Yeah,
Roll a
I'll
thievery
try
check
to.
for me.
Natural one.
We'll get back to you.
Okay.
Can I give a here's will? Her or whatever.
You can't because you cannot see her.
Balls.
And not to mention, it wouldn't work for a natural one anyway.
Balls.
So,
I guess that's fair.
okay. So, this is all happening very quickly. Eldoran and Nick, you guys are pretty much on like your own mission right now. But the rest of you are kind of happening almost simultaneously. So, Aralea, you're upstairs trying to pick the lock right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie, you're enjoying your cake. Lord Brakker is still talking to you. It has gone past the point of comfortable. It is a little uncomfortable now. In the meantime, while you guys were talking, Lord Walter Braxter comes over, says, greetings to his brother, kind of nods to a wink and stuff like that again. I'm sorry, would you two mind keeping my brother company for a little bit longer? I was going to take my friends here upstairs. We have I have an item I want to show my that Lord Matthias is very interested in. I know that I don't mean to push him off on you, but and he kind of looks like Jordan looks a little kind of like, oh, sorry, type thing. Is that all right with you?
Yeah. I just gotta go to the little girl's room, little tinkle tank, you know.
Second floor for you.
Oh, yeah, sure. Let me just slowly gather my things.
Okay.
Grab another slice of cake to go.
To the bathroom.
Don't judge me.
He kind of gives you a weird look, but you are going to the bathroom.
Bathroom.
Okay. So you start heading up. Roy, you watch as Ellie leaves the ballroom. Twiddlewink still talking to the other Braxter brother. And you watch as the other three are not behind her necessarily, but going that direction. Is there anything you would like to do?
It doesn't seem like they're following her, but they're just
going in the same direction as her.
Okay. And the other Braxter is at the table with Twiddlewink.
Yeah, and by this time you would have known, like, just from moving yourself closer, you probably would have overheard him talk, and you would get the sense of who he is.
Right. I'll just kind of like stop by with
Twiddlewink and just kind of like ask, is your fiance all right? Or is everything all right here?
Joran, this is my good friend and bodyguard, Roy. Roy, would you care to join us for a little bit? He, like, looks at you like, please, don't leave me alone with this man.
I really should, like, just keep an eye out.
No, you've been working long enough. Come sit down and have a drink. You work too hard too many times. And he, like, puts the chair out and kind of pulls your hand down into the chair that Ellie recently vacated. Like, starts putting wine into your hand. Please.
I begrudgingly stay, but I punch him in the leg.
Oh.
Rude.
I don't drink the wine.
Okay. So, Ellie, where are you actually going to? So I can know.
Yeah, so I head to the bathroom, but I'm walking quite slow.
Okay, you're walking slow?
Yeah, perhaps the party behind me might be trying to pass.
They do pass you very easily.
Oh, I curtsy and I say, oh, curtsy. As they go by.
They all kind of give you, like, weird looks, but they keep moving on. You're, like, trying to do it on stairs, too, so you're, like, it's a little strange. Ghost.
Oh, no.
Make a knowledge check for me. because you understand the concepts of parties like this because of previous jobs.
Yep.
So I want you to see if you can put together what's going on.
Nat 20.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Wow, you guys have been getting some good rolls to find out stuff.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
so fucking happy right now.
Oh my god.
Ghost, you come out of the servants' quarter. You manage to basically grab a tray to make it look like you're serving drinks. You see Ellie on the stairs, and you see 3 rather important-looking lords heading up the stairs. And by sheer, basically just like putting the pieces together, you assume and know that Lord Brakker is one of these 3 individuals.
Okay.
Likely,
Just that smart.
just because like judging by
Mannerism.
judging by what you've seen in the party already, like you basically got a snapshot of what the party looks like. If you did not roll a natural 20, this would be almost impossible to put. You'd be behind quite a bit. But because of the natural 20, you're able to take in a scene immediately, understand how people are dressed, and understand what that means. Who would be the most lordly, which means whoever's the most well dressed is probably the highest ranking, or the one hosting the party.
Fair.
And since you know Lord Brakker is one of the higher ranking nobles in town, you would immediately get that. You'd be like, he's one of them. You don't know which one of the 3 he is, but you know he's one of them. Are you going to
Okay.
follow him upstairs?
Yes.
Okay. Just because of your nat 20 and stuff, you end up passing the tray off on like a table, which looks proper. I need you to make a thievery check for me. This is just. Oh wait, no, you already rolled one. You rolled an 18 in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
You are blending in fucking perfectly well.
Nice.
Ellie, are you still heading up to the bathroom? Make a perception check for me, actually.
Yeah. Do I see in the
That's
shadow?
cool.
Oh.
He's not in the shadows. He's just blending in as a servant.
It's a 20.
You notice that it's Ghost. He's heading towards your direction.
Ghost, Jesus. Curtsy.
You curtsy. You curtsy to a servant. Hold on.
God.
Gotta see if you blow his cover. You're lucky that I did not roll higher. You do not blow his cover. You guys are on the second floor landing right now.
Be cool.
As they're heading up to the third floor. They kind of go down a hall and they start heading up the stairs.
Do it. Why? What? Are you going where I'm going? What are you doing? Wait, I thought you were supposed to be getting paper. Wait.
Do I hear anything?
We'll get back to you in a second. You rolled a nat 1.
We're on the
I
like,
know.
first floor.
I have an idea of what I want to do.
Do
Is it
it.
ambitious?
Do
Yes.
it. Follow your heart.
Okay, what are you doing?
My idea is I want to get close enough where I'm in melee range,
Okay.
but I want to say Lord Braxton and see who responds first to me
All right. Okay.
to get his attention.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to make either a thievery or a speech check for me.
Okay.
This is basically you sneaking up without being noticed that you're not what you're supposed to be.
No, he's not.
You're not wearing your mask.
Fucking me.
I am so fucking lucky right now.
Are you fucking kidding me?
How?
All right.
I don't understand what's going on right now.
Ellie, what? We'll get to you in a second. Ellie, what are you doing in this moment? Ghost just like he like kind of like
Ignored you.
looks at you and ignores you and starts heading towards the 3 that are walking away. And he's moving at a pretty good pace to catch up with them. Keep in mind,
I'm dumbfounded.
I was gonna say you have no idea what's going on.
So I just watch him and like
Okay.
kind of follow if I can.
Yeah, you're quite a few paces behind him, but you are like like you have that like kind of like brief like step.
Mm-hmm.
Harley, make a perception check for me. This is not going to be good.
16.
Okay, you hear footsteps coming your direction. Your lockpick is broken in the door. You need to do a thievery check to see if you can pop it out, and then do another one to try to lockpick it.
Is that my only option?
You can also just leave. But your lockpick is broken in the door, so whoever comes up here will know someone's trying to break into this office.
Can I just pull out my lockpick and fucking go?
You have to try. It's jammed in there. It's snapped off in there.
Okay.
Natural one.
I'll pull it out.
Make a thievery check for me to see if you can jiggle it out.
19.
You get it right out of there. As you begin, because I'm assuming you're trying to book it now.
Yeah.
Into one of the,
quietly.
You can move into one of the side rooms and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
We'll get back to you. Ghost.
Okay.
You call out Lord Braxer's name. The man with the slick back hair turns around. I don't remember calling a servant up here. He kind of moves his way through the other two lords, and as you look, if you want to do something, you can, but I'll give you more, just whatever you want to do. What do you want to do right now?
It depends on what happens, but I have a good idea on what I'm going to do, and I don't know if that's going to change.
Okay. You make a knowledge check for me as the other two people turn around. You would be pretty well informed.
17.
So
These rolls. Jeez.
you were prepared for this mission because you specifically were planning on coming here, which means that with your backstory, you would have trained and prepared information-wise for this event. All three of them turn around, but Lord Braxer is the one that walks through the two of them towards you. You notice in the face of one of the lords the semi-ageless-esque features of what you read and associate with Conyers. You do not recognize the other lord, the Elven Lord, but just judging by their stature, you know these three are dangerous. Lord Braxer walks right towards you. I don't remember calling a servant up here. What are you doing? Is something wrong?
So, shit's about to get interesting, guys.
Sure is.
And
you rolled a nat 20, so this is
with that nat 20, can I swiftly and quickly take that dagger through his neck?
Make an attack roll for me. He does not know. He has no idea.
Well, good campaign, guys.
We'll find out.
GG.
19.
Well, make that
attack roll.
The attack roll, not a
attack roll. Excuse me. I thought you meant a d20.
No, that's still off the nat 20. You're sneaking up, and you would have the knife in hand. It's not. He has 0 clue.
I gotta look up and see what's the dagger again.
It's a 12.
D12.
D12. So as long as you don't roll a 1, you're hitting.
He's like 20.
If he hits with a 12, it's gonna be very interesting.
Yep, little critical.
What? Did you roll a fucking 12?
Did you roll a
It's
12?
a 1.
It's a
No.
1.
Did you roll a 1?
It's a 3.
12.
Oh, God.
What the fuck? Bruh.
What the
What is
fuck?
going on?
Are your dice fucking loaded or something? Jesus.
Did you make your dice?
Oh, God.
You
All
suck
right.
the devil off at night. Get these rolls.
All right. Apparently, you stole my luck or something. The dice gods have blessed you, Parker.
You sold your soul.
You sold your
Passed
soul.
mine on to him. He can have it.
Take my dice energy.
I don't have any to give.
Parker. As Ghost, you have your critical combo, correct?
Yep.
You may make.
Yeah.
You may, as the knife blade digs into. He's dead. He's insta dead. You stab him. He's gone. He's gone. He begins to fall. In that brief second, you have a chance to attack a second time. You may attempt to kill one of these other men with him.
Okay.
You know they are.
Which
So I
one?
just roll a d12 again?
Hold
Why,
on.
Woody, what's your motivation? What's going
Which
on?
one are you attacking? Ellie, you
I think it's the wrong dude.
We'll get to the whole scene after you roll. Which one are you attacking? There's the Elven Lord, and there's the guy with the ageless-esque features who you know is somehow probably a necromancer of some kind.
That one.
Okay.
I just shout, no, don't!
It's too
From
late.
down the hall.
This is almost instantaneous. You just
Like I see him fall.
Well,
but
I'll
at
show.
least
I'll show. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll tell you the whole scene once he rolls again. Roll again.
Okay.
D12. If you roll another 12, this is gonna be real interesting.
Please, Lord, please.
The 1.
Did you roll
it's not
another
the
12?
No,
this is
you're-
this is malarkey.
What?
I don't understand what's happening right now, guys.
Brakker, go look over his shoulder.
I'm all the way upstairs.
Run!
Roll a third time, dude.
We call
Holy
this episode
Fuck.
Parker's Luck.
He hasn't rolled
Wow.
damage or anything yet, right?
It doesn't matter. This is surprise. Complete surprise. He rolled a nat 20. They have no idea this is coming.
This is some
Roll-
John
Did
Wick
you roll a
shit.
third 12?
No, I rolled a 10 that time.
Oh.
Oh, only a 10.
Ellie, you see the glint of steel in the hand, but it's too late as you begin to call out. The blade pierces the third. He spins, stabs through the eye of the second lord, and slams the blade into the face of the third lord, or the side of the head of the third lord. They're all insta dead. You just killed 3 of my fucking NPCs that I had set up.
And I think they're the wrong dudes.
No shit, they're the wrong ones.
I run over.
Fuck.
Ghost, what the fuck? What the fuck? They had. What are you doing? Why are we killing? We were in for. What?
Ghost. Well, no, you roll a nat 20 for your thievery check. This thing is a silent kill. And there's no one else around up here right now.
So I don't hear anything from upstairs.
Erlea, you hear the footsteps have stopped, and you don't know where they're at. Would you like to make another attempt to pick the lock?
I didn't hear.
I don't hear them.
Another
You hear nothing now. You hear a brief like whispering of words, but you hear no bodies fall. You hear nothing.
I'll pick the lock.
All right, make another lock picking roll. We'll get back to you, to Ghost and Ellie in a second.
That's a 10.
Wow. All right. We'll say with a little bit of time, since you've kind of learned the lock picking, you do manage to crack it open, and the door starts to swing open.
Okay.
Make a perception check while you search the room. I'm still trying to process because I don't think you understand who you just killed.
No. We out of character. We understand fairly well, but probably not to the magnitude.
Out of character, Riker thinks that we're so
Fucked.
Mad
That
fuck.
depends on what happens. Parker, you just might have just destroyed part of someone's arc that I might have to rework.
So sorry.
It's okay. No, it's okay. Like I have other angles for the arc, but like you took out because
Who did you fuck over?
he killed Lord Braxer, Lord
Yep.
Matthias Conyer,
Yep.
known as the Magician, and Lord
Yep.
Demetrix Shade.
No.
Lord who? Who's
Who?
Demetrix Shade. So Lord Matthias Conyer, known as the Magician, Lord Demetrix
pretty
Shade,
important.
and Lord Braxer. We'll get to some of you guys might find those intricacies later, but
I'm not prepared.
but they're gone. So anyway, Erlea, make a perception check for me while I'll get back to you guys in a second as I process how I. That's not like the thing is, if you didn't roll a nat 20 to sneak up on them, so they have zero idea you're coming.
Shit.
And you did not roll 2 nat 12s in a roll to crit. This fight was going to get way more intense.
You should just name this episode I Don't Know What Happened.
I don't know. This
I
is
still don't know.
I like that's insanity. I thought you might be dead in this episode, to be honest.
I thought so too.
I thought I was gonna die.
All right, Erlea, give me a perception check. What do you?
I rolled a 12.
Okay. You start searching Lord Braxter's room. There's a few things you find just looking around and scanning the room. You find
Okay.
one thing sitting. You find his desk immediately. Sitting on his desk is this glass jar containing a seed in the middle. That's
I'll fucking take it.
That's glowing. That's glowing slightly. Hold on. It's glowing. It's glowing. It's glowing slightly, and with.
Fucking take it.
I mean, you can take it if you want. It's on.
What who's gonna stop her?
Keep in mind, Aralea has no idea what's going on.
I'm gonna start crying.
The party doesn't know what the
No one's coming. Well, I
There's a
I
chair.
guess I'll
I
keep
fucking
searching.
take it.
So, are you just gonna take it?
I don't know.
Sure. You take it. You grab that seed. You stick it in your pocket. You just take it out.
Seed now.
You take it out of the.
As well.
You take it out of the glass container. You just stick it in a pocket. It's not very big. It's about that big around. Looks like it might be a tree seed or something. Okay.
I'm gonna fucking cry.
You also notice a locked desk and the locked drawer in the desk.
Another
And
lock.
and as you're walking towards the desk, like on the side of this, so you're kind of examining and looking around, you find a floorboard that moves.
I'm gonna pull up the floorboard.
Okay, inside. I gotta read my notes because.
What else you take? You take the floorboards?
Take the floorboard.
So,
take the
do you
seed.
kill his kids too? Like,
You drive to Pennsylvania and kill Gavin?
You know, this is not the first time that my plans have been destroyed, and this will not be the last time. So.
I just keep looking at Parker laughing, and it makes me laugh harder.
Okay, hold on. Can we just get 5 minutes?
Just take a
more
second.
minutes.
fucking guy
Of
created
this,
a new character after
off
pulling that
camera.
shit.
Just cut this part and just like
I mean,
take 5 minutes.
No, we
love
got
this.
momentum.
We got momentum. We got momentum right here.
All right, we're going for this shit. All right.
First-
let's
I'm
do it.
good.
Personally
I'm good.
speaking, Riker, so upset right now.
Oh,
Eldorn has no idea, and that's what upsets me more than anything.
Yep.
I think I feel.
You fuckers decided to go out of town and leave the party.
I am 110% sure Parker killed the wrong motherfucker.
He totally did.
That had nothing to do with murdering gnomes, and there's nothing. Eldorn's gonna be like, well, job well done, good shit, Ghost, and that upsets me more than anything.
Proud of you, buddy.
Uh,
Assassin of the year. Get him
Okay.
I mean, that is a perfect setup of spells. I gotta say, that's a perfect set. That is a perfect setup of roles combined with the spells on that character with that personality. That I don't think anyone else would have tried that shit, and it worked. And it's insane that it worked, but that's how the dice roll sometimes. So,
that's how the dice rolls.
Roll.
okay.
Well, let's see where this goes.
So,
Yeah,
Aralea,
let's go.
Under
What happens
the
to Aralea now?
under the loose board, you find a stashed sack of gold.
Oh, I'm taking that too.
It's a little heavy, but you can fit it in pockets. Basically, you kind of
Perfect.
Badly
you
takes
kind of
it.
like tie it around.
That's perfect.
The desk drawer is still locked.
I'll unlock it.
Okay, make a thievery check for me.
Okay.
20.
It's a natural 19.
Oh my gosh. That thing pops right open. You begin. So over in the front of the drawer, there are a lot of loose papers and stuff, and you're just shifting through stuff now. You're just grabbing as much stuff as you can. You're looking through the papers real quick. Nothing seems of interest, and then your hand touches something hard at the back that's not stuck there. You pull it out. It is a container.
Is it also locked?
It is locked. You shake it. It sounds like papers rustle inside of it.
Okay. I'll
Keep in mind
unlock
this was
it.
inside a locked drawer.
Okay.
Go ahead and make another lockpicking attempt. So, lockpicking plus 3.
Oh, it's a natural one.
Okay.
Your lockpick breaks in the lock. You're not sure you can get this open.
I'm fucking taking the box.
Okay, you take the box. All right, and then you're gonna start heading back down to the basement. On
Yeah.
your way out. Okay.
Yeah.
You start leaving. Go ahead and make a thievery check for me to just see how you stealth out of the house.
Don't forget about the gold.
I don't worry
He has
about it.
He has it.
That's a not natural 20.
Okay, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Sure, you're not allowed to
Just,
talk.
just tiptoe around the dead bodies. No one will see you.
Well, she's not.
I go down a different set of
Yeah, I
stairs.
was gonna say she won't even know. She has no idea. So Ghost and Ellie, you are now standing over 3 very dead lords. What are you doing? I just rolled a perception. Keep in mind that this is on timer.
We need to
Oh,
go.
fuck.
You go back to the party. Act normal. I'm going to slip out the back.
Fucked us. I was gonna get information. Do you even know who these people
There's
are?
no time to talk, Ellie. Go back to the party.
Oh,
Act
okay, so we just
natural.
do
I'm
whatever
slipping out the
you
back.
want.
I just saved your fucking life. Now go back to the party. Ghost walks off.
Hold on. Okay.
Oh,
You're lucky I'm rolling fucking low tonight. I rolled a 10 and a 3 to see perception checks. Okay, are you going back to the party?
No,
Talking to him.
I whip my knife out of my boot. And I hold it towards Ghost. I'm like, your recklessness is gonna cost all our lives. I don't want to be a part of you. And I walk off.
Okay.
But I walk upstairs. I want to know where they were going.
Okay, you're going upstairs?
Yeah, I'm going upstairs.
All right. And Ghost, you're peacing out, or what are you doing?
Yep. I'm
Okay.
peacing out.
Okay. Make a stealth thievery check for me.
16.
Okay. You have no problem starting to sneak out. Roy, having a good time. You haven't had any of the wine, but the conversation is basically you've kind of like zoned it out. What the good thing about this, sitting with Twiddlewink, is it's protected you from Astrid. So you do not have to worry about her coming over to you right now. She's just like patiently waiting on the other side of the room. Just like staring at you across the room. Just like, and you see there's like make a perception check for me quick.
The only guy who's stuck to the plan.
The only one.
The only one.
I want in on this. Nat 20.
Did you really?
I actually did.
Wow.
Oh my
First one
god.
of the campaign.
I'm gonna have to go through and count the nat 20s. You guys must be you're on some hacks right now or something.
It's for a fucking percentage.
You look across the room and you see Astrid and she's like staring at you, and you can just see this brief.
That's not worth the natural 20. It's
swap
not
out
worth
that
it.
one?
Well, at least you saw that, Marcus.
With your perception at 20, it's been some time since Ellie left to the bathroom.
Yeah, I've noticed.
And
If I had a poop, you know.
It's true.
But
so,
I don't. That's not. Yeah.
okay.
What is this Brakker guy? What's he been talking about?
Just
Dark
about
shit?
weird shit. No, it's not necessarily all dark. It's just weird. It's just strange facts from elsewhere that don't make much sense to you overall.
I just go like, oh, this is crazy. I was deja vu. Braxer. For
Yes.
Astrid over there was just talking about this kind of stuff.
Really?
To me earlier.
I never,
Crazy. I had
Lady Astrid, she's got a very close relationship with my brother and like
Oh.
business relationship.
yes.
And I never
sure
thought
he's
she'd,
fine.
I never thought she'd, I never thought she'd be into stuff like this. She never really seemed like it before.
She just kind of mentioned a couple of things like that, and I was,
Make a speech check for me.
God damn it.
I know what you're
Nat
trying to do.
one. Nat one.
No. I've been rolling good. 14.
All right.
Wow.
All right. All right.
Proud of you.
Plus
Really? You think that she'd want to talk to me about this kind of stuff?
She was trying to talk to me about it the other time, or a little bit ago, but it went over my head. It's a little too advanced, which I bet she would love to have someone to talk. She's looking at you right now, I think.
I'll have to. I'll come back and talk to you guys in a little bit. Twiddlewink, you and your fiance will have to make arrangements sometime soon to spend some time together. And
That just made it so much weirder knowing all of that background
And
info.
Yeah, they will go. So they'll have to spend some time together, won't they?
he heads over to talk to Astrid for a little bit. Twiddlewink's just like,
They're
oh,
Glandholm.
oh, Oh, Roy, thank you so much.
All right, Astrid.
Where is Ellie at?
I'm assuming that 3 people have died. No, I bet she followed the other 3 and trying to get some information, I would assume. And I'm hoping at
that'd
this
be
point
interesting.
the other 2 should be in the office. Maybe they've left already with any luck. Hopefully we're out of this clean, scot-free. Problem is we need, I think, you to leave with Ellie.
Yeah. No, we have to wait for Ellie to get back before we can leave.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's been a couple hours. I would assume they've been in and out by now.
They could be. Do you have any other friends here that you can talk to?
No. I told Ellie this. I'm not well liked among the nobles.
All right, pitter patter. I'm gonna go look outside and see Eldor. I'll be right back. Go to the bathroom. Probably just like if you want to sit here by yourself.
I should go to the bathroom?
Probably if you don't want to like sit here by yourself.
Oh, okay.
Or I mean, you can kind of look around and see if someone wants to talk to you. Anyone want to talk to him?
Oh my god!
I'll just wait here for Ellie. She'll be back soon.
Okay, I'll be back in like a GIF too. I mean, I'm just gonna see how Adorn and Nicholas are doing outside real quick. Just peek from the front door.
Well, you'll have to get out a little bit because basically Zinc's kind of your relay between the 2.
Right.
So,
I'm gonna go talk to Zinc.
I'm gonna go
talk to Zinc.
No, again, I should probably wait for Ellie to get back. I shouldn't leave her here by herself.
I'll tell him to get the carriage ready.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we should be able to leave.
Go get some more cake.
I don't really want cake. Ellie's just been putting it in front of me.
I look down. There are like 10 empty plates.
There's quite a mess of cake around. You can tell that
So
just
good.
crumbs. There's probably a good half a cake in here.
Hell yeah.
And I kind of I whispered to him like, "Sorry, Twiddle, but like, we still have a mission going on right now. I gotta kind of make sure everyone's in their places. All right? I'll come right back."
Okay, I'll be here. These missions.
Go talk to Twiddle.
These missions are complicated. Okay, so you go.
I pat him on the back.
You go to go check on Zinc and see how everything else is going. Ellie, you head up the stairs. Oh, so fucking lucky. 10, 3, 1. That's been my perception checks. Ellie, you head upstairs. You get to the top floor. Ellie, I'm assuming you left things how they were, so you shut the door behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And locked it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ellie, you get upstairs. You're on the 3rd floor. You know the office is somewhere up here. You don't see any of your friends. Erlea's gone by this point. Actually, no, she wouldn't be. Erlea, you'd be coming right out of the doorway at this point because you would have basically searched since you had to spend time searching, it would have taken you some time.
Mm-hmm.
So Ellie, you come up the stairs and you would see Erlea like shutting the door and starting to lock it. And Erlea like turns around and sees you.
Oh God, you scared the shit out of me.
My eyes are wide. I'm just shaking.
Do I notice that?
Oh yeah. She's pale and in a cold sweat.
The fuck is wrong with you?
I grab her by the shoulder and pull her in close. I'm like, we have to go now. We have to go now. Ghosts fucked us. Ghosts fucked us. And I did you see anything in that room? They were gonna come to a room.
Yeah. I saw some shit in the cellar. It's best we go now.
I'm not talking about a cellar. They were gonna meet in a room up here. Did you see anything like a strange object or I don't know?
I took this seed. I'll put it
You-
in my pocket.
You pull out this seed. It faintly pulses this glowing light from the inside of it.
What color?
It's like this golden light.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. All right. Okay. That's something. That's fine. All right. We're not completely fucked. You go. I'm gonna go. We're so fucked. You gotta go. I turn around.
Time to leave.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back this way.
I'll go down the servant stairs.
This is okay.
I run down the stairs. I run back to the ballroom. I'm running.
Is that a nat 1?
Yep, that's my second nat one in a roll to see if the perception check to see if servants are coming upstairs. Do you or guys? All right.
Gavin, can I just say, I feel like you and I have switched spots this evening.
I think you stole my luck.
That's what happens when you move to Pennsylvania.
I think I might need.
Don't get out your metal dice. No metal dice.
Yep, he's gained his metal dice.
I think I might need some new dice for this evening.
Flex, bro.
That is the scariest part of this episode.
Oh, these are my Star Wars dice. These aren't the right ones. Hold on.
Oh no, those are fine.
Yeah,
Those
you
are
roll
fine.
those. See what happens. Roll a destiny die.
First part, I'm like due for some luck, and I'm still just rolling all right.
It's okay.
You rolled
roll
a
the
natural
ghost.
20.
Yeah, you. Big sad.
This is
Stuck
the
with the
most
crappy
fucked
dice.
up
I'm gonna find them for next
tabletop
episode.
RPG game I've ever played. This session has been the craziest I have ever played. Oh my god.
All right.
I'm doing a bunch of stuff.
So Ellie, you are going back down.
Booking
You avoid the bot. You're booking it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make.
Avoiding the bodies, of course.
Yeah. Just make a. You may make a thievery or speech check for me, just to appear normal.
Okay, I can compose.
Yeah, you
I can
compose yourself
compose.
basically.
I just need some cake.
Just pretend like you're really drunk.
I was a 2, but I would like to re-roll because as a gnome, I have careful hands.
Oh,
re-roll
okay.
it.
Yeah, you may re-roll that roll. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's a 3, so I guess I have no luck either.
It fits.
Okay,
It fits
all right.
well.
I'm sweating. Okay, I run into the room. Curtsy. Curtsy.
You find Twiddlewink sitting by himself.
I pull him by the arm.
Okay, he's like, oh, Roy just went outside to check on the others, and you're like dragging him across the room.
I have bad gas. We have to go. All the cake. All the cake.
Okay. He's,
All right.
he's just like, okay, and like you're dragging him out. Roy, you make it outside. It takes you a little bit to walk down the walkway. No hurry, nothing's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You stuck to the plan.
Yeah.
Stuck to the plan.
He's stuck to the plan.
You
Stuck
check.
to the plan.
You check
At
with
night.
Zinc, and Zinc turns and looks down at you, and he's like, "Oh, hello."
Hey there, Zink. Have you heard anything from Aldorn or Nicholas? How's it looking out here? Are people around?
There's like servants and stuff around, and people and stuff, and Zinc kind of goes out and like looks over. I don't think they're here anymore.
Oh, well, that must obviously mean that Ghost and Earlia got out. We should be good to go then, if they're not here already.
Okay, well I'll get the carriage ready. Do you want to just wait here, or are you gonna go get them, or?
I'll walk back in. Ellie's kind of acting weird, so she hasn't been back to the table for a little. I'll go get them.
Okay.
You get the carriage ready.
Okay.
Thanks,
Eh.
Zink.
Yep, you're welcome. As you start walking back up the path, you see coming out the front door a panicked Ellie.
Found
Pulling Twiddlewink behind her.
Can I compose myself again? Can I try again? Now that I have fresh air in my face.
Sure. Make another speech or thievery check to just try to compose yourself. Basically, you're trying to blend in and make everything seem that it gets normal. This is actually important.
Good thing I have so much speech and thievery. Fucking 3.
Okay.
No, I'm panicked.
A lot of people are looking at you strangely,
Curtsy. Curtsy.
and you guys are starting to get to the carriage. Like, Roy, she's like running, basically pulling Twiddlewink, quickly walking. And you get about halfway down you kind of meet up with Roy, and Roy's kind of like, what's going on? That's
what's up?
when you hear the scream.
I run towards the scream.
No!
Okay, Roy goes past you.
I'm gonna try to grab him.
It's in the house. You may certainly try to grab him. Why
gonna
don't
try.
you make a D20 check against Roy. Both of you can add in your dexterity bonus, your saving bonus.
Okay. Come on. Marcus, roll
Fucking
bad.
Parker.
I
Me.
fuck shit so bad.
I got an 18.
10.
You grab Roy and you hold him there.
Olivia.
Roy, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
You son of a bitch, we gotta go. We gotta go.
You see a lot of people around you start to look back at the house. And a few heads, Roy, you notice, turn and look at Ellie strangely.
Yes. And I walk down the steps and drag both of these guys with me.
Lady? Sir?
I'm going to have the two of you with Twiddlewink. I need you all to make we'll do a speech or thievery check to see if people notice you're leaving after the scream.
Damn it. No.
A speech or thievery.
Yes.
All three of you guys.
Yep. Twiddlewink got a 13.
14.
Carrying it with a 20.
You got
Not
20?
nat. Not nat.
Okay, 20,
Whoa.
14,
That's-
13.
Oof. I've been rolling right around that nat 1.
Like a 16 average.
Yeah, it's around a 16 average. No one questions you leaving. No one stops you. Ellie had gotten a few looks, but in combination with you, Twiddlewink kind of fixes himself and starts walking, and that kind of, Ellie, makes you look more normal. And Roy, you kind of shake her off and start walking back towards the carriage.
Fuck's wrong with you two?
And you guys get into the carriage, and Zig starts to pull it out of the lot. Arale and Ghost. We'll get back to you guys in the carriage. Arale and Ghost. You guys have made it to the basement. Well, Aralea, you'd be you guys. Why
I feel
don't
like
you?
I would probably be on at this point, wouldn't I?
Well, unless you're gonna wait for the gold. Depends on which way you're gonna sneak out. How are you gonna get out of the house, Ghost?
I feel like at this point, like, he cares about the gold, but not this much. He knows the more important part of this is getting the fuck out of there.
Why don't you make because, like, you gotta understand that, like, with your conversation with Ellie and stuff, you'd be a little ahead, but not too far. So why don't you just make
Sure.
a stealth check for me? You guys have already succeeded on getting out of the house. I'm just seeing timing-wise how you guys would do. And Arale, make a stealth check for me as well.
I'm going for the gold because that was our conversation. So
Well, I need you to make a stealth check to see who's gonna be out first.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, you're basically both racing down the stairs at this point.
Right.
I rolled a 15.
And Ghost technically has a head start.
I also rolled a 15.
Okay. So, you guys both managed to sneak your way into the cellar, no problem. You guys rolled way higher earlier. Ghost is ahead of you. Are you lighting the fireball when you get back to the basement to see?
Yeah.
Okay. You see Ghost about 3/4 of the way down the wall. Because you would have had to take, since you can't see anything, you would have to feel your way down, so you're much slower at this point. And Arale sees you. So you two are in the cellar, in that back area that you came in from, going towards the door. You're much closer than she is.
So how far behind is she from me?
150 feet, maybe.
Okay.
You guys have not heard the scream yet.
Okay.
So I'm using that as a timer.
I would kind of like signal her to hurry up, and
Okay.
I would continue going.
Okay, what are you doing, Aralea?
I'm gonna roll percentile dice.
Okay. I know you want that gold.
Go
So
turn
high-
myself in.
High she goes for the gold. Low she listens to Ghost.
50.
She rolled 34, so she's going with Ghost.
Okay. The door is shut. Both of you guys have made everything look the way it was before, so it doesn't even look like you've been here.
I will put out the fireball.
As soon as you guys get to the cellar door. Are you guys leaving together?
I mean, Ghost is like keeping a steady pace right now.
Well, you get to the cellar door way before her.
Right.
So
I would.
Because you don't know what's outside this cellar right now.
Right. So she's about 150 feet behind me?
Well, she has light, so she catches up to you pretty quick.
Okay.
Since she decided to not go for the gold. So you guys are kind of like standing near the cellar door.
If it's a matter of minutes, I will wait.
Yeah, it's seconds. Like she's not that far behind.
Oh, if it's seconds, yeah, I'll wait for her.
Yeah. It's not like you're like hundreds and hundreds of feet away from her. The cellar is very large, but she can move a lot faster because you had to feel your way through. She has light. So you guys are standing at the entrance or the exit to the cellar right now. That's when you hear the scream.
Okay.
You just hear this high-pitched scream from some floors upstairs.
Need a demonstration.
I'll hold
I can't sound
Ghost. I'll like grab Ghost by his arm.
Okay.
Say we should probably wait.
We need to go now. Trust me, we need to go.
Shouldn't we let everybody run towards the screen first?
If you believe you're stealthy enough, we need to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
So you unlock you don't have to roll lockpicking because you're on the other side. So you unlock the cellar and you peek open the door. Make a perception check for me, whichever one of you is peeking.
Okay. 17.
Okay. There are no movements outside the house currently.
Okay.
So you open the door. Are you going to lock the door again, or are you going to just leave it unlocked?
Let's fucking leave it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay. I need you both to make stealth checks for me.
Okay.
This is you getting off the grounds without being seen.
Not natural 20.
But 20.
But 20.
I got a 17 with my bonus.
No problem. You guys fade into the night,
Wow.
go through the hedges, and you're out into the alleyway.
Holy shit.
Ellie and Roy, you guys are in a carriage, traveling away from the party. Ellie, you are still pale white.
Nice cold.
So, why do we have to leave so quickly? I mean, I thought the plan was to kind of like take our time, kind of like work our way out of the party after everyone was gone.
Can I stand up in this carriage?
Yeah, it's tall enough for you to stand up in.
Stand up. There is no plan, I guess, for some people that we work with. Ghost is a fucking maniac. He's a fucking degenerate. Put all our fucking lives in danger. I'm not fucking working with that guy ever fucking again. I sit back down.
Twiddlewink looks at
Okay.
you, Roy, and he looks back
Look
at
at
Ellie.
Twiddlewink.
So things didn't go according to plan? Did they get the
What?
papers?
What are you talking about? It seemed like I didn't
Wait,
see him
how
at all.
did-
It seemed like it went pretty well.
I was going to say, how did you even meet up with them? I thought we were just all supposed to stay down at the party, and they were just supposed to do their part, and we weren't supposed to communicate at all.
How's the one who wasn't in on the plan know the plan the most?
Well, Twiddlewink,
Amazing how that.
Twiddlewink was
No,
there.
who told
Twiddlewink
him?
was
Who
there.
told
When,
him?
yeah, I was going to say, Twiddlewink was there
Oh,
when you guys
Twiddlewink
discussed.
heard.
Yeah, he
He
was
didn't
there.
have
when
a
you-
role. He was himself.
He was rolling.
Okay, I admit, I was curious. I wanted to know where Brakker and Fuckface 1 and Fuckface 2 were going. So, yeah, I went to the bathroom. But out of nowhere, Ghost comes and kills all three of them. Poof, poof, poof. Dead.
Wait. He
Go.
killed Braxer
Yes.
and
Yes.
all three of
Yes.
them?
Yes. Just
Oh, no.
why? That was
Oh,
where did
no.
that come from? It was no plan.
Did anyone
It
see?
was-
Hold on. Shh. Did anyone see him?
No.
Anyone see you?
We were alone.
Did anyone see you?
No. No one saw anything.
Okay.
But what the fuck?
You would have.
no.
There were people leaving with you guys at the same time who kind of turned back. Like, there's people coming and going quite a bit to this party because it's a pretty big event. You see a look of panic for a second in Twiddlewing's eyes of, why the fuck did we leave right away? Because now they're going to suspect us. But because
I'm
of
having the same thoughts now.
because of your checks, you blended into the crowd going back and forth. So
Bless.
Decently.
you think you weren't suspicious leaving. Not to mention, everyone is checked for weapons at the door, basically, from guards and stuff like that. So none of you appeared to have weapons on you. And clearly, DM talking. Clearly,
Someone came in from the back.
clearly, this was done by a blade. Just saying. So we'll see about that. Anyway,
Would I know ramifications or know these other two people that they named?
you rolled high on your knowledge check for knowing the Conure Lord, right?
Right, just to know them, that I recognize them, but like worldwide, like
Well, there's
ramifications.
lots of Conure. There's lots of Conyers. There's not just one. It's and they're not, so like the family is not just a family anymore. It's basically like people are adopted into the necromancer family type thing. They're like the best, the very best, and they take the Conure last name.
Right. I mean more so like.
Like, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
You don't know this lord's position. You're not sure. Potentially. Because from your background, you would understand that likely there'll be an investigation into this.
Right.
And depending on what they find, what evidence they find, will depend on what they do. So that's going to be me rolling some rolls inside, outside of your guys' sight, because I have to figure out what they're going to figure out.
Okay.
All
All right.
Elmore and I come in.
We'll
All
get
right.
to you guys in a second.
All right.
I'm leaving town as soon as we get back. Twiddlelink, I'm so sorry. I don't want to leave this with you, but I'm done. I did not sign up for this. I'm so sorry.
Ellie, that might look a little more suspicious if you suddenly just leave town.
I can't
After
be
all
around
this.
that madman. What if he slices my throat in the middle of the night?
He might have had a good reason.
I want to kill those people too, but I'm not gonna slice throats in the middle of a fucking party where we're all at and we can be identified as stupid.
All right. Wait until after the investigation, until you're cleared, because if you just disappear, they'll probably come after you constantly.
Well, I'm kind of more concerned for me because they know I was there.
But
Fine.
we
I will
were
say to
talking
make sure
Braxa the whole
Twiddlelink
time.
is safe. Fine.
We were talking to Braxa the whole time. He knows that we didn't leave the party. You could use this. This would be good. And then we just tell him Ellie, had to go to the bathroom, didn't feel so well, and we had to leave quickly after that because she didn't feel good.
Yeah. Sounds fine.
This is a plan. This is a plan.
Okay.
I think it'll. If no one saw you, then they don't know, and it wasn't even you. So it's technically you're not lying, and they know I was there with you two, but if we have the others just not there during the investigation, because they'll probably come ask questions.
Probably.
It needs to just be us.
Okay.
Ghost should go.
Fuck.
Okay. We'll figure that out when we get home with everyone. How about that? I think we need some. I'm a little. All three of them?
All three. I've never seen anything like it. He's a madman.
That's insane.
I've never seen anything like that. And
Did
I've
he
seen
say
kills.
anything?
I've seen death.
Did you say anything? Like, fuck this campaign? Or, like...
And he's like, I just fucking saved your life. And then told me to fucking leave. All right.
Sounds like a ghost. Yeah.
I guess this is the ghost train. We're
That's-
just here for the fucking ride.
That sounds like that was a good impression. You should keep that up.
You know what?
Why don't we just give them a chance to explain when we get back to the house? I mean, he seems like a reasonable, even if he's scary fellow, sometimes.
Oh, he's a puppy dog. Don't you worry about him.
So, Eldora and Nick, by this point, you've made it to the... Keep in mind, you're dragging a cart and you're keeping a man, basically, you're bringing a man with you.
Look
Oh,
inside of our cart. Is that Nicholas?
You know, you guys are in
It's like slow-mo drive-by.
no, you guys are in a way different part of town already from them. So,
Eldoran's going to be roughly dragging him.
okay, so you're dragging him, and you have. I'm assuming you leave the cart covered outside.
Outside the guard
Yeah,
house
yeah.
or what have you. Yeah.
It's a Death Watch barracks. So it basically houses when there's it houses Death Watch units, which is basically the patrol units you guys have seen traveling between towns. They're kind of like the policing force of Houghton ish, but they're a military branch, if that makes sense.
As we're walking, can I get a sense of like the size, no matter how gruesome it might be, of like the body parts? Do I get a sense of what kind of race they are?
Make a survivalist check for me. That is actually in the survivalist because that's basically a medicine. Identify biology and stuff like that.
They're like quarter pounder steaks.
Okay, you are. Okay.
I mean, they're definitely hard to identify.
16.
Yeah, you take the time to like kind of examine what they look like. You're trying to be cautious because there's still people walking around. You don't want to like pull open a cart with full of body parts.
Mhm.
But you find you figure out that they're gnomes, and a thing clicks in your head.
Yep.
I figured you would have put that together.
Yep. Eldoran. These are all the missing people.
Yeah,
These
you
are the missing
actually
gnomes.
you actually find some of the faces and you recognize them from posters, including the one of the husband of the gnomish wife that has
Eric.
never returned from the mine.
Before we take him in, Eldoran's going to hold him up against the side of the building.
Okay.
Be like, and he's going to, in the most intimidating voice that he can, say, "You're going to tell them everything, or I bash your brains in."
Nick, are you assisting him with this intimidation?
Yes.
Eldoran, I will
background.
give you a fate shift for this roll.
Fate shift.
You may roll twice and take the higher.
Oh. Oh, and this is a speech?
Yes.
Coming back around.
7.
Nice.
Very nice.
Not really.
I mean, from the earlier time, he's definitely a little intimidated because you guys did kind of bash his brains in a little bit. But
How about this? Right now, all of these bodies are on your hands, and you will be spending the time in jail, or if you are lucky, with these bodies. But if you are able to tell the guards who is responsible for these, you might get some leniency.
Make a speech check for me.
That's a much better deal than I gave him.
That is a 22.
Thank God you guys can talk to people.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I really don't want to be in prison for the rest of my life. So, you guys leading him in then?
Yep.
Yep.
You guys walk in. It's pretty late. It's about, it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock now. There's not many. There's only like one guy behind the counter, of like it's kind of got like an open reception-esque area. This has like all the wanted posters and stuff here, or like any missing posters, stuff like that. Things that like other like adventurers and stuff would help with. Nick,
Hmm.
you notice a familiar-looking human man behind the counter, and you recognize him from a patrol that had passed you by
Oh,
about a week and a half ago,
hold on.
heading towards Tharum when you guys were
Yep.
coming towards
Yep.
Kalmia.
Captain Levian,
Captain Levian Jost, yes.
it has been some time.
Pleasure to see you too. I'm surprised that you're still in Kalmia. You know, I thought you guys were you were heading to find friends. This must be one of them.
Yes, this is Eldoran. We were able to find our friends, but
I'm glad that your search went better than ours. We're still looking for those who burned down that church, so we haven't found them yet.
are you the top commander?
Not top. I'm just a captain, but I can take any issues you have. Do you have an issue? I mean, I
We've
guess.
got another investigation for you.
I have news on the missing people.
All right, and he like looks over to the guy that you guys have like. By the way, you guys hurt this guy a lot with your attacks. He's not a fighter. He's just a normal NPC person. His jaw's a little swollen on one side. You're pretty sure his shoulder might be slightly dislocated just from the shield bash, and he's got some cuts on his body from being bound in shadows.
Good.
Dabble done.
Who's that? What's going on? He like kind of like comes around the counter and looks at the man.
Yep. This needs to be taken with some subtlety, I believe, but this is a matter of utmost importance.
Make a speech check for me just to see how this comes across to him. I will give you a fate shift because of your prior engagement with him was positive.
22.
All right. Understood. What have you brought to me?
There is a card outside. Lift it slightly. Do not let anybody else see what's going on.
Okay. I'll pull together some people I can trust too. He like kind of looks back. You don't see anyone there, but he like kind of waves his hand a little bit, and from the shadows walks out a skeleton, and it moves around and like holds the man that you guys had basically held, and he has you guide him outside to the cart. So you guys like kind of like point to the cart, nod to it. He looks. Where did you find this?
The man inside has more info, but this came from the Brakker estate.
Brakker.
He had this cart outside of the estate. He dragged it outside the city limits, and he was going to dump the body parts out into the silent woods. There are more.
Interesting.
And this isn't the first time this has happened.
These are the missing gnomes.
I can start putting a case together. It's going to take some time, though. I want you to know that this is not a case that's going to be easily dealt with. Braxter is pretty high up.
You're going to have to dig deep.
This is a very serious crime.
He told us that he was working for them. Don't let them pin him on him.
I think it's best that, for the sake of you two, you were never here. I found this man, and I found him pulling this cart out of town. I thought it was suspicious, and that'll be the story. What's
That works for me.
He kind of like comes in for a little bit, and you guys kind of he kind of has the man like kind of like shackled, and like the skeleton's kind of guarding him, but he kind of like pulls up a map of the town and kind of like talks with you guys through where route you traveled and stuff like that. You guys kind of do the best you can to jot it and kind of give him a good estimate of where to start looking in the woods. And
this gentleman here can tell you exactly where the body parts are.
Good.
And what's your name? I say to the man.
Oh, whoops. That's not the right die. Hold on. I have it. Stefan Bjerg.
Stefan. Who exactly told you to dump these bodies?
It was just a job for Lord Brakker.
The Lord.
Lord... I mean, I was hired by Lord Walter Brakker.
Okay.
But I didn't question anything. Nobles do what nobles do.
Saw the dead bodies and questioned nothing.
He was paid.
If I could recommend the hangman for him.
No, you said that if
Fellas.
I told the truth that I would potentially get out. I can tell you more about them. I can tell you where they come from. I know his brother. I think it has something to do with him. I don't know. He always seemed so nonchalant about it, but it wasn't. It always seemed like Joran always had to see before I took them.
So, Walter was cleaning up for Joran?
I don't know. That's just how it was. Okay, I was just given gold to dump him out. A lot of money.
Well, remember, Eldoran, we are never here. So this is up to the captain and his decisions, because he was the one who found him.
You're right. Leave it up to you, Captain.
Understood. I'll see what I can do. It's definitely I'm gonna have to pull some strings, but I'll do what I can.
Thank you. Let's return. Let's see. Well, yeah. I guess honestly, Nick would probably be returning to the. Well, we would probably be returning anyway, because since we left our post.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's. So are you guys gonna head back to the party because it's about 10 o'clock probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
All right.
Hot dog.
We don't know what happened.
Ghost and Aralea, I'm assuming you're going back to Twiddlewink's estate.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take you some time because I'm assuming you're going to also try to avoid any sight on your way
Everything.
there. Yeah.
Yep.
Everything.
Go ahead and make stealth checks for me.
Okay.
I mean, it is late, so it should not be hard.
14.
Okay.
5.
Okay. Okay. You think you do a pretty good job getting across town. We'll leave it at that. Nick and Eldoran. It takes you maybe 20, 30 minutes to get... Well, actually, on your way back to the party, a person in fine... actually, we'll say... looks like dressed like Ghost and Aralea were prior to the party. A servant of Brakker is sprinting down the street and basically runs past you towards where you just left. You guys are maybe a couple minutes away from...
I don't like the look of that. I'm picking up the pace.
Yeah,
Okay.
what do you think that was about? And Eldoran's gonna run with him.
Okay, you
Whatever
guys,
it is with what we're doing, I don't like the looks of it.
so you guys head back to the party. You can't go in because you don't have invitations or anything like that. So you're just kind of on the outside. There seems to be some kind of panic going on. About 20 minutes later, you see Captain Jost again with a full battalion. There's a lot of troops with him. And they basically move these people away from the grounds, and he starts having undead basically start creating a perimeter around the area, and him and some of his secondary officers are heading into the building.
Do we see I'm spacing his name right now. Zinc. Do we see Zinc outside?
You do not see Zinc. You,
Do you
you
think they left without us?
How could they?
Bastards!
Rude.
We've discovered something horrific and they're just gone.
Damn it, I was doing so well.
Plan.
Some trauma to talk through.
Okay. If Zinc is gone and the card is gone, that means they've already left. We should make our way back.
Yeah, they might have more info as to what happened here.
You guys
Yes.
doing a lot of walking tonight.
Yes.
a lot of walking.
More info
Lots
than you
steps.
could ever ask for.
Yep. We're
So,
heading back.
it takes you all, Ellie, Roy, Twiddlewink, and Zinc are back pretty quickly because you are in a carriage and Zinc's pulling it. So he moved pretty fast and there's no one in the streets. Erle and Ghost have to take quite a bit of time to stealthily work their way through the town. So you guys will be a little bit slower. I'm assuming Eldoran and Nick, you don't really care. So you're going to head straight there.
Yeah.
In about an hour, hour and a half walking across town, we'll say closer to an hour. Yeah, no, hour and a half to walk across town and get to the Twiddlewink estate. Nick, Eldoran, you would actually arrive first because you don't have to stealth your way through. About 30 minutes after you two arrive, that's when Ghost and Erle get there.
Guys, we found the most horrific shit.
No.
The
we
man's
found
in
the most
custody,
horrific
the man
thing.
helping
No,
them.
we found the most horrific thing.
The man responsible is dead. And that's all Ghost is going to say as he walks past him.
What?
I put
Yep.
my arm out in
We're
front
not
of him.
gonna let that.
It's Ellie,
No.
you're not here yet, I don't think, right?
No, Ellie's
I've been
first.
here.
Ellie's the
Sorry,
first.
Been
sorry.
here the whole
Okay.
time.
Everyone, Ghost and Erle are the last two to arrive.
Sorry, I thought
Yeah,
I
I
heard
put
that
my arm
Eldoran
out,
and I
so
got there first.
Ghost can't
Sorry, I
fucking
didn't
walk
do it.
anywhere.
Okay.
I think we need a little bit more explanation here.
I think Ghost needs to leave.
Wait. Ghost, what are you talking about?
Below the cellar in the estate, Broxton has been killing gnomish people. We found a horrific scene. I took matter into my own hands. I did not expect to do it in the location that I wanted to, due to the fact that they were all three following you, Ellie. I did this to protect you and to protect everyone else.
Oh.
If you still feel like I should leave, I respect that. But I want you to know that I did this to protect you. I have no ill will against any of you.
Out of game.
But
do you realize that Ellie was
I
behind them,
also acknowledge the fact that with me doing this, I should probably lay low. And unfortunately, that
Yes.
does mean that I need to leave for a little while. Just so you don't look responsible.
I mean, there's caves on the estate. We could, hide some of you in. Probably everyone who was not at the party directly, just to make sure that our stories can line up.
Yes.
I'm
Seems-
sorry.
I greatly
We
appreciate
can.
it.
I understand. Yes, the horrific scene that you found lines up with the piles of dead body parts that we found a man escaping with from the Brakker estate. But what do you mean these other three?
Broxer and his
kill?
lackeys that he had with him.
Those
There were more than
Who were-
lackeys.
those,
Who are they?
those aren't lackeys. Those are some of the highest lords in Houghton.
Who?
This is what happens when you
Whittlewink?
take matters into your own hands. I understand maybe you meant well, but oh my god, why?
Who
You
did he
could have been-
kill?
I was following them. I was fine.
The Lord Demetrix Shade, who
We're
is
all dead.
Lord of Calmia,
We're all dead. They're gonna find
You
us all.
killed
and Lord
the Lord of Calmia.
Matthias Conyer, known as the Magician for his power with magic. One of the
Conyer?
Conyers.
Like, runs the country.
Is part
Conyer.
of the Conyer family that runs the country, correct?
Eldoran's gonna sit down. Oh my god.
I was a part of this. What did I do?
The brother I can understand, but why the other two?
Are you sure you know, something stands out to me in the I started to copy Ghost accent a little bit. Something stands out to me a little bit. Why, you know, Jordan invited us, Ellie, over.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
He was weird.
It's the
Yes,
missing.
but
He
it
liked
just-
cults and stuff.
Which brother did you kill?
Not the weird one.
he killed Walter, which you two would know had been involved with whatever was going on too.
Mm-hmm. So you got one. Why didn't you get the other one?
The other one was down talking to us, I'm assuming, when this happened.
I'm only one.
Overall,
No, you just killed two other people that had nothing to do with it.
They were there with him when I killed him.
That
Hey,
So-
Ghost, you know,
doesn't make them guilty.
maybe you could admit to a mistake, even if your intentions were good, but you kind of fucked up, dude.
Do you really think they would have let me walk after I did that? Or you, for that matter, Ellie, because you were right there in that scene as well.
I wasn't gonna kill him.
And you freaked out the moment I killed him
Ah,
and
yeah!
called my name, so you would have been linked to it as well. So I'm not sorry. I don't apologize. I did what had to be done.
Oh man, this guy.
Keep in mind, Ellie, outside of game, Gavin talking, Ghost just took out one of the Conyer Lords, which is a direct adversary of the Emerald Resistance.
I know, and I'm happy of that, but not like this. I mean, I am happy for that.
I'm just giving you context.
Right.
I'm not saying that you should not be freaked out as Ellie.
You did half of what needed to be done and killed two others that had nothing to do with it.
The other calf can come later. The other two that didn't have to do anything with it. Yes, they were unfortunate casualties, but they were there. They had to be done. They were not going to let us walk.
See, that's...
You can be as pissed off as you want. I frankly don't give a shit.
That's
What's
not
done
business.
is done.
That's...
What's done is done.
You're right, it is. And Eldoran is going to walk outside.
Before you leave, what's done is done is how we're just going to have to deal with this. Did you manage to get what you went in for?
I have it, and I'll hand
So do you pull
Twiddlewink
do you
the
pull-
box.
Okay, you're pulling out the box, or are you pulling out
Just
anything?
Just the box.
Okay. Eldoran, you leave. We'll walk away to cool off, I would assume.
Yeah, he's gonna go under the trees that he was at before.
Okay, Ghost, he kind of like pushes the box towards you because it's still locked.
Yeah, let me
I
look
couldn't
at
get
it.
that one.
Okay, so go ahead and roll.
$14.
Okay. You find a few things. You are 14
Yeah.
total with your passive.
No, not with my passive. Sorry, that would be 16 then.
There you go. You're very lucky because the DC is 15. So you do. It takes you some time, but you do manage to pop open the container and pull out the letters. You find, looking through the letters, you find a few things. Letter 1 contains information about money laundering money from the mine through Lady Astrid Lewis's ships.
That bitch.
She exchanged it at other continents on her trading and brought back the money to hide it from Twiddlewink. And she got 10% of every cut. You find a letter, a second letter, talking from, actually, not addressed to Lord Brakker from Lord Matthias Conyer. They're talking about a magical seed that Lord Brakker happened to acquire. You, just reading through the letter, you find that Lord Matthias is very intently interested in this item. Said that it would be potentially helpful for his research. The third letter that you find is a message, a briefly written note from Stefan Björk saying that he will dump the cart. Well, it's just signed Stefan, but connection with Nick there, you would connect that as him.
Yep.
That he will dump the cart tonight during the party, and he'll wait for his money in the usual spot.
Ghost, where are you gonna go?
I have caves that you guys could hide in for a few days.
Sounds good for me.
As long as no one saw you, I'm sure the investigation will blow over.
No one saw me.
Well, at least we know what happened to all your money.
Yeah.
Job done.
Gold star.
Let's all go to sleep and collect our thoughts. We'll talk more about this tomorrow.
Into caves, I guess, if we weren't at the party.
Yeah.
Cave party.
Yeah, we should probably get you. I'll have Zinc show you out, the four of you, to a spot tonight.
Okay, so am I staying, or is it all five of us?
Everyone but Roy and Ellie needs to go to the cave because you were
Okay.
not at the party, and so therefore you can't be associated with Twiddlewink.
Gotcha.
Directly associated currently with Twiddlewink.
Right.
Yep.
You basically he needs an alibi. So Zinc takes the four of you out. There's a cave, not the same one that you came out of, but there are other caves.
Wonderful.
And there's this like very shallow cave with it's actually got like a bigger, like, not mattress, but like, you know, like straw and stuff like stacked up. Looks like it's made into like a small bed and like a fire pit out here. This is I hope you guys are comfortable. I'll bring you out food and stuff when I can. I sometimes come out here when I get sad, and everyone looks really sad.
Oh.
I hope everything gets better. And he'll just kind of like leave the lantern and start walking back to the house.
Can Eldoran pull Ghost aside for a minute? Like to like the front of the cave where people can't hear us.
Yeah.
I understand what you did. The 2 lives attached to it were bad men. What would you need from me to finish the job? You killed one. You didn't get the other one.
All I need is your trust. We'll get the job done.
I need to hear you say, justice will be served.
Brother, That's the code I live by. Of course justice will be served.
Eldoran's gonna reach his hand out.
Fit in it.
Be like, I'm with you on this.
Ghost will take his hand and shake.
I think that's where we're gonna end tonight. That's great. Good stuff, guys.
What was
Christ.
the shit
All right.
show?
I will be honest, guys. I've peaked.
That was pretty insane, bruh.
Another 100 episodes, and it's all gonna be nat ones for you from now on.
That's it.
That's it. You're done. You've reached.
Parker's gonna roll like shit.
All right. So that was an intense episode. We'll be back with episode 10 soon to find out the consequences. Well, maybe the consequences of some of these decisions that were made tonight. So we'll see you then. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And our core rulebook is free to download at www.realmsasunder.com. All the links are in the description below. Thanks for watching.